Heyo! Welcome to another mediocre episode of Sinister Sinema.
No, this one's not mediocre.
Is it mediocre?
No, because this time we have a guest.
I'm your co-host, Carlos. To the left of me is my hetero life partner, Doug. To the left of me? To the right of me? How does it look on the screen?
I'm to the left of you on the screen,
I
technically.
don't fucking know. Well, the guy over there. And joining us today is Emily Whitehurst from Survival Guide.
Hi. Hi. Glad to be here.
Yeah, thanks
Drinking
for coming by.
cocktails.
What did you make us? You picked the cocktail. We always let our guests pick the cocktails, so...
So this is called a water lily. Oh, hey, Dr. Brontax is here. Hi, Dr. Brontax.
Oh, yeah,
I have my
Left.
own Twitch channel as well. I don't know if you guys knew about this.
No, do you?
Yeah.
What is it called?
Yeah. It's called Survival Guide Music
Oh,
because
yeah.
I am a musician.
You play
So
music?
that's yes, I do.
We just know you from the horror movie scene here.
Oh, do you know me from that other video where I reviewed a horror movie on YouTube? On that one horror movie review channel called... Oh, no, I can't remember what it's called.
Hey, Lyric subscribed.
Hey, Lyric.
Oh, hey.
Thanks for the subscribe. And
Cool.
thanks everybody
3
new
months in
for being here.
advance.
I don't even know what that means. 3
Mr.
months in
Monkey.
It means she subscribed for 3 months.
Sweet.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
that's awesome.
Hi, Mr. Monkey.
We just got to where we are at. You're a big time streamer. What's it called?
Affiliate?
Affiliate. Yeah. So now we have like those kind of things. Like.
Yeah, so if you have emotes, then Lyric can...
Oh yeah.
Now
Lyric,
Lyric
so
can use them.
Lyric. Now you can do like little emojis in the chat.
Like custom... Oh, you got
Dr.
What is that?
Brontex. New follower, Dr. Brontex.
Oh, awesome.
Sweet.
Look
Hi,
at that
Lyric.
first.
Wow, Lyric's the first.
I thought that Jamie was the first, but I don't know.
Speaking of Jamie,
That's sweet. Yeah, where is she this week?
in Holland.
Our producer Jamie, who is a 20-something-year-old college
Holland, right?
student.
Don't
She's
ask
never
me.
met her.
I mean, I think that's what you said earlier.
No, that's what I couldn't remember. That's what I asked you.
I think that's what you said.
Yeah, she's in Holland this weekend.
Well, when would that make her,
Sauce.
Doug?
Hollandaise? I don't know. Hollandish?
Hollandaise. I like that better.
Hollandish.
Hollandish.
Oh, yeah. And, man, if you haven't checked out the shirts, you should check out the shirts. They look so
shirts?
good.
Yeah.
Your
Yes,
shirts?
Sinister Cinema shirts. You haven't checked them out.
Carlos designed a bunch of merch.
You should totally check them out. I think they look nice. And not just because I drew them. I think they did a good job. What?
Yeah. Lyric, I like your little alien there.
Never say one of the first
First
founding
founding
members. She said member.
So, the first thing, what does it mean?
I was gonna... I think that means she's your first subscriber.
That's cool. But I thought she got a
But
brass
yeah, you
knuckle.
said...
I don't know how
Yeah, I
that
don't know.
works. I don't know anything about Twitch.
I don't
Everything
know.
I've learned
I'm
about
still
Twitch, I
learning a
learned by
lot.
watching you.
I'm still learning a lot.
I just,
It's a very complicated platform.
Yeah.
I
feel
just eat enchiladas upstairs at my mom's house, and then I just come down here to do this in the basement.
you got the easy part of the job.
Yeah.
So what were you gonna say?
How does
Hey,
this
Dillinger
work?
Nick is here. Hi, Dillinger Nick.
How does this work? Ban self. It's pretty funny.
What were you gonna say about the drink?
Oh, I was gonna say that it's called a water lily. It's from the...
Such a beautiful name for a fucking strong drink.
well, it's also... I thought you were gonna say it's an ugly drink.
No,
'cause it
it's
is. You
good.
can't-
It's tasty, but it's just strong to me.
You can't really tell in these cups, but it's like looks almost gray in color because it's got lavender liqueur. No,
makes-
violette. It's got creme de violette. That's what makes it purple. and lemon and orange
So violet-
liqueur and yes,
Is that violet
yes.
cream?
Yeah, it's violet liqueur.
and gin.
Violet cream.
So,
Fancy way
yeah.
of saying red ass
Somebody
cheeks.
misses your beautiful hair.
I know.
I don't.
I could still do this though.
I like your short hair.
I like the short hair too.
I'm looking real scruffy,
I'm a fan-
man.
I'm a fan of
Especially
the
since
short
we're
hair.
watching some movie that has to do with skinheads and
Nazis.
such. I don't think they would accept you in their culture. You
No.
might be a little too brown.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, I'm looking really scruffy. My barber, her boyfriend got COVID, so I haven't been able to go, and I don't shave my own head anymore. I get people to do that for me.
I cut my own
I
hair.
bet Doug would do it for you.
Yeah, I'll do it for you.
I'll bring everything tomorrow.
Oh.
Does your mom have shavers upstairs?
Yeah, when she shaves her upper lip.
She's got
I guess.
like the electric ones.
Yeah.
I mean, we could use whatever she.
What was the name of the drink?
Oh, water lily. The water lily.
The water
it's from a cocktail book. It's from the PDT cocktail book.
Yeah.
It's just equal parts though. Actually, it's like a super easy cocktail. It's equal parts lemon juice, orange liqueur, creme de violette, and gin. Doesn't matter how much.
Yeah. Because it's equal parts.
Yeah.
Depends how much you want to drink. What are we watching tonight? Or what did we watch?
We watched.
picked them.
We watched a couple of music-related horror movies. Since I'm a musician, I figured.
I keep forgetting.
Figured. Yeah, I figured maybe I could, give some insight as to how accurate these movies were, but I hadn't seen them before, so
I cannot believe you hadn't seen Green Room.
I had been recommended it, but I had a friend who recommended it, and she was like, "Have you seen it? It makes me worried about you for when you tour."
Wow.
Yeah, because
so-
you play fucking Nazi clubs all the time. That's your specialty.
So I hadn't seen it, and I thought it was going to be real crazy. I mean, it was, but then the second one was Studio 666. Just because, I mean, you had said you wanted to watch it, and it's
It's funny
Dave
because
Grohl and
I used
Foo
to
Fighters.
I used to despise the Foo Fighters, and now I really care for Dave Grohl.
You know what's
You
weird
have
is
feelings.
Yeah, we become friends.
I didn't really like the Foo Fighters when they came out, and then I think it was like maybe their second album or something. One of them was like I don't know if it was like their second album, but one of my friends was an A&R guy, and we went to the record label, and they were like, "Hey, we have all the demos from the new Foo Fighters album," and they gave me a copy of it, me and my friend Mike, and so we were.
You played Skeet Shoe.
Then I was like, "Oh, this is actually pretty good." That was like the demos that they did, like the Prince song "Nikki" on before, they didn't release that for like a long time after that, but they recorded it during that demo session, and I kind of liked them then, and to be honest, like I thought maybe they did like one or two albums since then. I didn't know they've released like 10 full albums. It's crazy. Like I had no idea.
I didn't know that either.
I mean, I hear them on the.
Assuming that part of the movie was true.
Remember, he said I didn't know. Get how Pat Smear got talked into doing a B movie. Then he said his name. Remember, I said at the end when I saw it, I was like, Pat Smear.
Yeah.
Pat Smear. It all makes sense.
Yeah. Well.
I mean, it's just a stage name, right?
Yeah. I mean, he was
I assume.
the founder of the Germs. He was one of the founding members of the Germs.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Nirvana got him for the Unplugged show, and that didn't end
It's
well.
that little guy, right?
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah.
I like him a lot.
Yeah.
Wait, what? The little guy?
The little guy from the movie, right? Is that what we're talking about? The
You know
guitarist?
what? That looked like he was smiling the whole time.
We're talking about Pat Smear, right?
Yeah, Pat Smear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we talking about that movie, or what are we?
No.
we're just getting into a
talking.
rant.
We're just pre-talking.
We're pre-gaming.
We're going to talk about Green Room first.
Yeah. So Emily mentioned she's a musician. Me and Carlos both used to work
Are you?
in the music business. We actually met Emily through the music business. and
Yeah.
other things.
I've known Doug for a
Me,
while.
I used
touring.
to. Me, the only way I'm into music is I used to clean the fucking green rooms. That's the only way I'm in music.
You had to clean up all the blood
Yeah, all the blood from
For the murders.
from all the stabbings. And
all the Nazi skinhead murders.
Okay.
Which one's Milo?
The singer from Descendants. He had nothing
See,
to do
I
with
don't
this
know.
movie.
I know nothing about. I don't know any of the.
See, if we start talking about punk music, me and Emily will like be able to talk about a bunch of stuff. But if Brittany comes on and you guys start talking about metal, I'll just be sitting here like this.
All sad.
Yeah, I won't know what's going on. I'll be like, Iron Maiden? Iron Maiden? I'll just say Iron Maiden every once in a while. The Trooper?
The Trooper.
Okay, so...
And then you'll be like, "Oh, Five Finger Death Punch. What about those guys?"
I ran into a guy the other day and he started talking to me. And he said, "Man, I just love Five Finger Death Punch." And I was just like, man, I do not.
How did you just not walk away?
I may have. I don't remember the rest of the conversation. I'll tell you about that story later.
God, that's terrible. That poor dude.
what poor dude?
The dude that said he liked fucking Five Finger Death Punch.
Dude, when I worked in San Francisco, Five Finger Death Punch would play the Warfield like 2 nights in a row. That's like
Are they a
5,000
Christian
people.
band?
I don't think so. I think
Are
they
they a
like
Christian
to.
band?
I think they like to punch people till they're dead.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking of Five Iron Frenzy.
Yeah, you're thinking of Five Iron Frenzy, the ska band.
Five Finger Death
Similar.
Punch is the Monster Energy drink of metal.
Dude, Nick, that is
Fucking spot on. So I went to a show to go see fucking Lamb of God
yeah.
and Five Finger Death Punch to open. I almost got beat the fuck up because I was heckling them so bad.
They almost death punched you.
Dude.
All the fans there were like, "Shut the fuck up." And I was like, "You guys suck." Because I was drunk and it was me and Sal. What do you expect?
Yeah. They have a weird following. It's a very weird following.
Oh, it's
a lot
terrible.
of like the kind of like brovet guys, those type dudes, they like really love them. Yeah. Rough.
Five Iron Frenzy.
Christian ska.
No, thank
Yeah.
you.
Razzle dazzle me. San Francisco, baby.
Yeah, San Francisco. San Francisco place.
I feel like my nose is getting red already
Is it
from the strength.
like from the drink?
Francisco.
No.
It's too many. Francisco.
So should we stop talking about our lives and get into these movies or what? Because I'm sure our lives will come up again in the movies.
They know, Doug. Read the
What?
last one.
You also got effed in a mosh pit at a cranberry. Oh. So that's a true
Mosh pit
story.
at the Cranberries?
This is a true story. Carlos got effed up in a mosh pit at the Cranberries.
On their first tour.
What? They had a mosh pit?
Yes, during Linger. I've got my
What?
fucking collarbone broken during Linger.
His
Your what?
collarbone got
Your
broken.
collarbone?
Destroyed.
I mean, it sounds funny, but that probably
Well,
was.
you know,
It sounds like a joke, but no, there was flying lesbians everywhere wearing fucking steel-toe boots. And one came down on my collarbone. Destroyed it.
So-
I heard it. When I went like that, because I saw her, I heard the crack.
also, whenever
Oh, that's so gross.
when I first was working with Carlos in a venue, every once in a while, one of the sound guys would put on Linger, and
Yeah.
I had no idea what they were doing. Everybody's like laughing at Carlos, and I'm like, I don't get it. No one told me at all what this is. So, it's just weird. It's just weird.
Everyone's pointing at Carlos and laughing.
Chuck, how are you doing? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, so you got your collarbone broken. Man, you've had your collarbone broken, your
Twice.
back broken.
Twice. And I'm not even a fucking stuntman.
What all have you had broken?
You should be. Sounds like.
My ribs, all the right side of my ribs, pretty much almost all of them. And a motorcycle crash.
And then,
Trying to jump fucking Devil's Canyon.
wait, wasn't somebody on the motorcycle with you, or is that am I right? No, that was somebody else.
It was me and Alberto. I told him, dude, you can't ride hugging me facing this way because I can't see around you. But no.
He just crawled in front like Kim Kardashian. And
Oh, my ear. Palito, my ear. Broke my ear.
how'd you break your ear? Somebody just ripped
this
it
one?
out.
It just broke.
It broke. It broke on its own.
Yeah. When I was in Seattle, all my piercings swelled up. And this one, oh, it was gross. I still remember.
Probably got
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh yeah.
My heart.
Yeah, Chuck says your heart
Your heart got broken.
multiple times. I break it pretty much on a daily basis. Okay.
So, green room.
Movies.
So,
Who wants to start this off?
She can start.
I think-
oh,
Do you want to start it off?
sure. Well, okay. So I took a couple of notes on this
What is
random
that
piece
stuff?
of paper.
What is that?
It's parchment. It comes from processed trees. Take trees, cut them down, chop them up real small, press it.
Do you you touch your Apple Pencil too?
You use something like an Apple Pencil, but it's actually got black stuff in it that leaves a deposit on the wood pulp. So you can write with it.
This sounds crazy.
So
And you can put it in your pocket. That's way smaller.
it is way smaller. Yeah, I could crumple it up. I mean, it's only worth like probably 1 cent. This piece of, it's
Wow.
actually just it's like a receipt from somewhere, from a doctor's office or something. So it was free. So I just made a few notes about when we started watching Green Room. I just made some notes about the band aspect of it, because that was the most, like, the beginning of the movie was the most, experience that was similar to mine before it started getting crazy, before it turned into a horror movie. So first thing I wanted to mention was that this band was stealing gas,
Okay.
which I feel like
They
is-
deserve everything it came to them.
kind of. I was just like, okay,
Really?
Why are you-
Getting butchered by Nazis is equivalent to them stealing a little bit of gas?
well, I mean,
I'm just saying.
why would you go on tour if you had to steal gas from people to
It's
get to your
fucking
next?
punk rock.
No, it's not. It's just wrong.
I think so. I think it's punk rock.
It's dumb. It's dumb because you have to find
Yeah,
out.
what if
Wait,
you don't even get
first
to the
off,
next place?
it starts out and they're in a cornfield because
Yeah,
someone
they-
fell asleep at the wheel
And wrecked.
and wrecked into a cornfield.
Which means they were either so drunk
Red
that
flag number one.
They were
Like-
so drunk nobody even knew that they wrecked.
Yeah, they all
something.
wake up and it's morning.
And they're like, how did we get in the cornfield?
They're like, where are we?
Yeah.
So that's real bad.
Oh, that's what happened. I thought they were just asleep in a cornfield. Rolled over.
No, there was a big curve into the, yeah. And then they're like, oh, we're out of gas. So we need to go steal some gas. They have a whole setup to go and get a tube and put it in, snake some gas from someone's car, which is just you shouldn't be on tour if you have to steal gas to get across the country. There's a problem. That's not.
I mean, especially in a van that gets 10 miles a gallon.
It's a practical question. What is a practical question? Razzle dazzle me. Make sure you don't eat the breath mint first before you siphon the gas. Save the breath mint for after you siphon the gas.
They had a pretty good system of siphoning gas that
Punk rock is huffing gas. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I interrupted you.
and they had a pretty good system of siphoning gas that
They used to.
I didn't learn till I was later.
They
which
blow
is
in it, right?
Blowing in it to create positive pressure and
Have you ever had to get gas out by a tube?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's fucking terrible.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great that you guys actually learned how to siphon.
I've never
So when we go on tour,
I've
on
never
Sinister Sinema tour,
I've
we have
never
to steal fucking gas.
I've never stolen any gas, but whenever we were kids and we would have motorcycles and we would want to fill up a motorcycle, we would siphon our own gas out of
Your
not
own car or-
our parents' car.
Okay.
But we would siphon the gas out, but you would just use one tube, to fill up your can.
Oh,
And
so if
he
you have
had
two,
two. That's why he was stuffing the rag in there.
Is that why you said
Create
it needs
a
a seal to create
vacuum.
a seal? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So I
So you
mean,
blow in it and it comes out.
as far as the movie itself, as that being a plot point, it did work. It was great. It was great because it comes back in the end, and that's a way for. Can I say what happened? Why it comes back in the end? It's basically a way for them to.
Anyone who's here that hadn't seen this movie, we are just full of spoilers. There we go.
It's a way for the Nazis try to
cover it up by saying, "Hey, we had to kill these kids because they were
trespassing and stealing gas." So it worked for the movie. It worked. But at that point in the very beginning of the movie, I was like,
those goddamn Nazis, you know, right, Chuck? Fucker.
So as far as like, what were the other things though that, like, you know, they went to the guy Tad's house. And he had set up a show for them.
Yeah.
And he also had like a zine or I guess he had a radio
show, yeah.
And so he wanted to interview them, but whenever they got there, he starts the interview and then they say something about the show and he's like, "Oh, the show didn't go so well last time we had to cancel the show."
Yeah.
And they're like, "You need to pay us."
Yeah.
And
they were angry.
Justifiably. And then he says, I'll get you a show at this like diner, basically.
Yeah, he had a backup.
It was Denny's.
And they got like what?
Show.
They got like
$24. $25 probably. $25, yeah.
And some bean burritos or something.
Yeah.
And I mean, how is that? What experiences do you have in real life?
Like,
have you ever been on the road and they're like, "Oh, this show's been canceled"?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I have.
Oh.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it happens. Sometimes it happened more because, like, when I started touring, there weren't cell phones readily available. What year did this movie come out?
2015.
Okay. I made a note about the cell phone too, because she said something about that she was the one paying the cell phone bill. So I didn't know if they had like one band phone, because I
think that's what it was, because
they had a band
Anton
phone.
only had the phone. Pat.
That's what it seemed like, right?
Pat.
Okay,
Yeah.
So they had a band phone. So I definitely, at one point, we had a band phone. But I was gonna say before it was like back then when shows would get canceled, you show up and they're like, "Oh, sorry, the show's canceled." And then somebody would throw a house show or something. And that was another thing I made a note of, because it's like, shows cancel. So much happens when you're on tour. You just don't know what's going to happen. Shows cancel. And then, he gave them a makeup show and $25 if you're siphoning gas. Like, you shouldn't like try to fight somebody for paying you $25 at that point. I feel like I was just like, okay, that's
Reese.
Yeah, one of the guys in the band was just like, fuck you, like he tried to fight him and stuff, and it was like, that's just tour, like that's just getting paid $25 to play a show, and
but he apologized to him later.
He did.
He was like, sorry about almost fucking you up.
He had a temper.
Yeah.
He had a temper.
Yeah, he was my favorite character in the movie.
Yeah, he was
MMA
great.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was great. But also her maybe from, I don't remember her name in the movie. The
Sam.
girl.
Samantha.
Sam.
She was like, that's $6 a piece or whatever, and it's like,
and he goes 608.
but also
I was 680 something.
Yeah.
But also I was just like, okay, well, if you can't pay for gas, you shouldn't be splitting that money so that each of you get $6. Like, you should be buying gas.
That's what I didn't
with that
understand. It should have just all went into a group.
That's what it would do. That's one of the discrepancies between between reality or between a touring band that's smarter.
Yeah, because I mean, I was on some tours where.
Oh God, I think my aunt's here.
Your aunt is upstairs.
My Tia Concha, say it.
Conchas.
Tia Concha. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you were gonna say something.
Oh, I mean, I've been on some tours where shows have canceled, and you don't know until you get there. Like, you're literally like, okay, we're supposed to be loading in. Where is everybody? And you're like trying to call and nobody's answering. And
Where were you at, Paper Tiger?
that was the one that I can remember like right now off my top of my head was in a club in El Paso, some little punk club in El Paso. And it's like you're sitting there and you're literally like, what is happening with the show? And they're like, oh, I think at that one they said something like, oh, the city shut this club down.
If y'all didn't know, Doug was in a cover Five Finger Death Punch cover band.
Only for a little while. But yeah, so I don't know what lyric said. Doug, sure. I don't know what that was for.
I think that was a while ago.
Oh, dang it.
But I don't know what it was
I don't
for.
know what comment that was for. But
Anything you say, probably anything.
so I mean, that does happen, and like people scramble to try to find you a show, and sometimes like kids will be like, play in my backyard.
At my house, yeah.
like
I feel
literally.
like people are usually,
Yeah.
I mean, especially back then when there was you couldn't have any notice because there wasn't,
Phones and shit.
and there wasn't
But that's the
email.
thing, is they had a fucking phone. And he was like, you're already on the way. Fucking call anyway.
That's true.
Yeah, no
He
shit.
could have called them.
He could have called them and said,
coulda called
hey,
them.
and because they were like, we drove 90 minutes out of our way. I'm like,
Yeah. Well, but that's, why did they drive out of their way? Why is that out of their way?
why was their tour not?
Why did they, why would you say that? Like,
I don't think
it's
they had
on
any,
your way.
Well,
if
but
you
I
have a
don't think
show.
they had any shows after that because they were on the West Coast and they said something about like beelining
Well, that's
over to
stupid
Buffalo
too.
or
I
something.
I wrote that down too. They're in Oregon somewhere, and they're like,
Lyric said in reference to siphoning your own
Oh,
gas.
yeah.
oh, like he's never done it. Sure, Doug. So, oh,
Vodka.
I didn't think you
oh,
liked
vodka.
I
He
do,
wants
but y'all
vodka.
can drink the rest.
So they're in Oregon, and when he says, you know, when they get paid the $25 or whatever, she says something about, is that going to make it? You know, we have just enough to get back to DC.
Is that what she said, DC?
So, yeah, she said DC,
Okay.
and
So
it's
they're
like,
literally driving
why
across
would
the
you?
entire country
It doesn't make
with
any sense.
no gas
Were
money.
they gonna? But were they gonna? Did they not have any shows? Either they had no shows booked all the way from Oregon to DC, or they were just gonna cancel all the rest of the shows
Yeah.
because they ran out of gas money. Like, obviously they're okay with siphoning gas. So I don't know.
Well, also, that their merch game must have been terrible.
Terrible. They
Because-
had no merch. I don't think they had merch.
Well, I mean,
They didn't
even,
have anyone to sell their merch.
even in the interview.
That's how you fucking survive.
In
Yeah.
the interview, they went all like self-righteous about not having any social media and
Because
and
you lose,
You're right,
you
you're right.
lose
lose
the-
That was
feel
funny.
and
That
all
was
this.
really
And I'm like,
funny.
wow, that's like
That was so-
they made multiple things about like punk rock being real. and,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm like, which is funny
Oh,
because
it fucking got real.
Yeah.
I got real. But like, I think that they made those jokes because later on, whenever they're like, you know, they're like, he asked them their desert island band, they're all like the Misfits.
Yeah.
You know, like whatever.
They're all like,
Kitties.
yeah.
And then whenever they're actually about to die, they're like, fuck it, Simon
Prince.
and Garfunkel. yeah.
Prince.
I made a note about that too because that actually was super legit. I have done so many interviews where I've been asked what my desert island band or what my desert island. I mean, they don't always say like, what's your desert island band, but they do say,
What is
if you
yours?
were on a desert island, it's like the worst question ever. I think.
I already know
It's-
mine.
How are you
yeah.
gonna fucking listen to
Yeah.
it? You're on a desert island.
Is it just me and the band? That's the question.
It's you and a disc man.
Oh, it's
And the
me.
disc.
Oh, see, I thought it was
You
the
get
actual
one.
band.
You get one.
I was gonna say Nashville Pussy. Have
You
you,
get
seen that
discs
chick?
from
She's
one.
hot.
Dude, see, I was gonna see the Bangles, like their younger years.
The band though, not
Yeah, the
their,
whole
not
band,
their, not
like
the
all
music.
4 women. All
Now
4
they're
women.
like in their 60s now.
Yeah, but when they were younger, like I don't care about their music. I'm just like, okay,
You're-
well, we might can start a new like race or a new population here.
Your
like,
desert island would be like Lost, where
Yeah.
time is
is irrelevant.
shifty.
Yeah, young Bengals, or maybe young.
Joan Jett.
What was it? No, I was gonna say that band from Houston with Beyonce in it.
Destiny's Child.
Destiny's Child. Yeah, a little Destiny's Child. Young Destiny's Child.
Who?
Destiny's Child. Minus
You don't know
Beyonce.
him?
I don't like Beyonce.
I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. You
Don't
know
try
that
to
one?
lie.
I'm not gonna stop.
You're not-
I'm gonna push harder.
You're not that metal. You know who Destiny's Child is.
I know who Prince is. And the Bengals.
Do you have a desert island band?
Five Finger Death Punch. All the
I don't
way.
even- that's a hard one.
I know. I hate that
That is a
question.
ridiculous question.
I hate that question.
Maybe if you
I
said
mean-
one of each genre.
Well, usually when I get asked that question,
Somebody asked me one time, what horror movie would I be stranded with on an island? And that's what I said. What
what
are you
type?
talking about? Like what movie? I'm
Are we
like,
talking
well,
about killer
horror?
clowns, or are we
talking about horror,
Yeah.
drama, comedy? Like I have
Sci-fi?
different favorites for each.
Oh, wait, they said just movie?
Yeah, and
What
I'm
movie
like,
would you- yeah.
it just depends. Man.
Well, I mean, even within the horror genre, there's like 500 subgenres.
Bad Religion.
Bad Religion. I think it would be good, except for like they'd probably just be like yelling at you about.
Lyric.
I think Bad Religion would be yelling at you about how you're doing something wrong.
Lyric said mine is goat horror, but just him and Ben on the island. Goddamn right.
I don't know, Ben.
He's a singer of goat horror.
So
Really sweet guy.
what?
For
You
being
like
so
him?
metal,
You're- and
he's
you're into
so
him?
nice.
You're into him a lot?
Yeah.
So what other notes did you take about it?
Can I get a
You can
partial,
get whatever
a partial
you like
pour
because you
into
are a
mine?
guest here today.
Thank you. Other notes. Let's see. So West Coast to DC with no gas money. We covered that. So I did play a show once. So there was a time before it was, I think it was the first tour I ever did, and it was before cell phones. And we were playing, might have been the second tour, but it was way back in the day. And thank you. We had a show booked in Mississippi in Natchez. And we had to meet, so the kid that set it up was like, meet me at the McDonald's because you have to follow me to the venue.
I've actually
And,
heard this story before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we were like, okay, that's kind of weird. So we meet him at the McDonald's and he's like, all right, so just follow me. We're going into the woods. And so we followed him and we're driving and we're following him. And then he like turns off into the woods onto a dirt road and just like into the woods. And we're turning and
you're
we're going all
following, like,
over.
a
There's
baby
no
trailer?
road. We didn't have a trailer at that point. We just had all our gear in the back of the van. We had like a horrible van that was full of holes. And I was probably worried that it wouldn't make it on this dirt road through the woods. And we followed him through the woods on this dirt road for like 10 minutes or more. And we're all kind of like, where are we going? We are on our way to be murdered right now. And we're just following this guy to our murder. And then we come out and it's just like, it's like an abandoned church in the middle of the woods.
So
in
it
Mississippi.
nearly was like this movie.
It was. I mean, this movie gave me flashbacks of that. And although fortunately, it ended up that it actually was just a really cool hangout spot that people came to in the woods. There were definitely some backwoodsy people there. There was a guy who
Had way too short overalls.
yes. And we were selling patches at our merch table, and he was like, "What's this for?" And we were like, "It's a patch." And he was like, and we were like, "You sew it on something to like your backpack or whatever." And he was like,
What's a
"Oh,
backpack?"
so I could put it right here. I can make it into a pocket. I'll make a pocket for my cigarettes."
Jesus.
We were like,
That's awesome.
we were like, "Yes,
Hell
exactly.
yes.
You got this."
Was this before cameras? Why didn't you take a picture of this dude with you?
Because it would
Shut
turn
up.
into a.
Actually, the venue they used in the movie belonged to a log cabin builder. It was his like work area,
Uh-huh.
and they really enjoyed the area. The director, so they asked him, "Hey, can we use this place?" And he's like, "Yeah, I build log cabins in the daytime anyway. I'm not here." So they rebuilt the whole thing,
make it look like a venue.
Put a stage, made it look like a venue. So he said he pretty much just tore this place up to make it look like a rundown venue.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, I think that's so awesome. So yeah,
Yeah. So
That sounds like an epic show.
what
Yeah,
was?
a bunch
yeah.
of like kind of frat boy type people showed up at one point,
Hillbilly
and we
frat
were like,
boys?
"Uh-oh." It's kind of seemed like there was going to be some sort of a
like
the
mod
greasers,
versus rockers.
the greasers versus.
kind of, yeah, versus the hillbillies. I don't know. It was
Stoners versus ropers.
it was a little sketchy, but
Hey, did you go to Lee too?
Yeah.
luckily it ended up fine. It ended up fine. Nobody got murdered. As far as I know, we left with all of our gear and intact.
That's
so
good.
that's how it was different from this movie.
No one died.
No one died, as far as I know. No one in the band died.
So this movie overall, it like to get more into the movie.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like-
yeah.
I was
that's
telling
all
you,
in my
it's like-
notes. So
It's like 10 miles of bad road.
Dude, it is
so-
a rough movie. Like
It's just, you're like, holy fuck, like, what are they going to do? You know, there's no way out of this. What-
yeah, there's
what
no
happened.
way out of
So
this
they go
situation.
on this, they wound up getting, what's his name, Tad gives him a gig. He's like, hey, my cousin has this venue, $350, pay you cash.
your
on-
set's at 2.
your set's at 2 or 3.
something.
Go and check it out. So they show up to this place, and right away you're like, it's out in the woods, just like you said.
Yeah,
Some guy's
sketchy.
asking, what's this for?
You know, there were things about that where I was like, okay, this isn't, coming from like touring and stuff. This guy's like, oh, we'll just throw you on the show, and there's openers. You'll be one of the openers, and all this, and you'll get paid $350. I'm like, well, first of all, no venue's going to pay you $350. Like,
Unless
In
they're
the show
fucking
left.
unless
hiding their fucking heroin den underneath
Yeah.
the fucking venue.
yeah.
That's a
so,
good point.
So I was like, okay, that would be a little weird right there to me. But then whenever they get there, they're, the character Gabe, who I guess is kind of like the venue manager
I liked him. I
of
liked
the
him.
movie. He was
Him and
he was
Reese,
cool. He was a good actor.
He was great.
He walks out and he's like, drums, or drummer, and they're like, back there, and they walk back, and he's like, house kid or our kid, and and he's like, come with me. Like that was like kind of legit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, totally. There were definitely a lot of things
Yeah.
that were
What
legit,
wasn't
but-
legit about it was whenever they start loading in, they're like, "You're on in 15 minutes." Like
So they were like,
set up our stuff.
sound check in 15,
Reese-
you're on in 20.
yeah,
Reese,
Which is
Joe,
like, how does that work?
Yeah, you
They're
can't even
sound
set up your
checking and
drums.
that's
yeah.
Joe Cole, who played Reese, had no drum experience. He learned how to play drums.
Yeah, so
Oh, really?
they played every one
Oh,
of those
no
songs
way.
that they
Yeah, they
on
played
stage.
it.
I didn't know
They
that.
dubbed it after they added the music later.
Yeah.
But they actually, the Reese didn't have any musical experience, or Tiger.
You don't need musical experience to be a singer.
Callum Turner.
Yeah, but
Yes, you do.
No.
I've heard some singers out back. You do
Yeah.
experience.
but Anton Yelchin, I don't know if he played. I don't know.
He was
he the bass
guitar.
player?
He was
or
the-
bass?
He was guitar.
'Cause
Sam
he-
was on bass.
Okay, so they already knew how to play. They actually
Yeah.
just
Oh,
learned
that's
their
cool.
parts.
Sam,
And
yeah,
so-
Leah
That's super cool.
Shawcat.
Yeah.
Shawcat. Is that how you say her name?
Aaliyah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I
just
remember
call her
seeing
Maybe.
her. I
Maybe.
remember seeing her on. First time I ever saw her was Arrested Development.
Yeah.
Maybe that was her name.
Oh, really cool.
That's why I keep calling her Maybe.
Maybe.
I never saw the whole
Maybe
series. I only saw a couple, but it was so funny how he was hit over there and they were
I
cracking
didn't.
up.
I was stoked when this movie started because I didn't know any. I didn't look up anything beforehand. I didn't realize Maybe was in it, and the what's his name from Star Trek.
I'm so sad that he died.
I know.
This was his last
Patrick
feature
Stewart.
film movie that he filmed.
Oh, and Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
No, I was talking about Anton.
Oh,
Anton
Anton.
Yelchin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the film came out in what 2015. He
Yeah.
died. He died the next year.
So Patrick Stewart, and this was his last movie he filmed, right? Patrick Stewart.
No, he's still
Or
alive,
no.
isn't he?
No, I mean, sorry.
Anton Yelchin.
Anton
like,
Yelchin.
what?
Wasn't his last movie he filmed, but it was his last movie that was released. Yeah,
Yeah, I keep saying the wrong thing.
yeah.
If you don't know how he died, it was so sad. His fucking Jeep crushed him.
Yeah.
Just a
Yeah,
weird...
like the
fucking
emergency brake was
weird-
off or something, and he got squished.
The family sued Jeep, and they got paid out. I wonder how much
really?
they paid him.
Yeah, that sucks.
Just a weird...
He was really just getting started, kind
I know,
of with
he
a
was
bunch
great.
of big stuff.
Yeah,
He
was-
did a
he was really
great
good.
fucking Chekhov, man.
I feel like another thing to note, not music related about this movie, but that there were a lot of weird accents going on. Like, you could tell that a lot of people were like British or something, and because they had
I think
some
Reese
weird.
is British,
But-
isn't he?
But Anton was.
he's Russian.
He was great, but his
I know.
accent was perfect. Like, he didn't have
What was that?
any.
If you haven't seen that other movie where he conceded
Odd Thomas.
Odd Thomas, fuck,
Dude,
that
that's a
movie's
good movie.
so good.
I don't think
Yeah.
I've seen that one.
That's a good movie. Yeah, Patrick
He's also
Stewart,
in Search Party. You never seen it?
Patrick
Oh,
Stewart.
I hate Doug Carlos.
Oh, I hate Doug Carlos. That guy's back.
I like
Oh, man.
Picard set phasers to stun. He's alive. He just went to fight the Klingons.
We got this guy.
You know, for a guy named Patrick Stewart, for a
Search
guy named
Party.
Darcy, that dude's fucking terrifying in that movie.
Dude.
He's just so calm, but he's like the
He was
head of
great.
the Nazis.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah.
He was great in it.
And he
Yeah.
actually said he read the script and he went home and locked his doors and set his alarm and sat back and drank some scotch. And it was
because
like,
the script scared him.
this script scared me. And I think I want to do it because it's going to blow everybody's minds. He loved the script.
was
So he
good.
said he's
So
I really like
and
this
and the writer director
he did a
Jeremy
Blue Ruin. Have you seen that? I heard it's
Blue
great.
Ruin. I haven't seen that.
I heard it's really good.
He's
I just
also
haven't seen it.
got another one coming out on Netflix called Rebel Ridge. That's supposed to be a. It doesn't really. You can't. I tried to look it up to see what it's about, but Netflix hadn't released anything. It just says it's a thriller. So that could mean it's a horror movie. It could mean who knows.
They asked him, since this one was called Green Room, and his first one was called, or his second one was called Blue Ruin, if the colors had anything, and he was like, no, it doesn't have, it's not a color trilogy. It's
That'd
just,
be funny.
His next movie will be like purple.
they're both about an antagonist. Did I say it right?
I don't know. What,
Both movies have to deal with them trying to escape.
a protagonist.
Protagonist.
Pro.
God damn it.
Pro is good.
Pro is good. I always fuck that up every single fucking time.
Antagonist.
God dang it. All right. Darcy was a bass player in Smashing Pumpkins. Smashing Pumpkins suck. Move along.
They kicked her out.
Oh, so I did want to say that the actual green room of this venue, I mean, you guys know, that was legit.
Yeah,
that was,
that's like how
that
they
was
are.
totally like people
Everything
who
that was
don't-
filmed was in that building except for the green room part. That was built on a
Super Tiger.
soundstage.
Oh,
Yeah, I think they had to build that on a soundstage because they had to make a false floor going into a meth lab.
oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
A heroin lab.
Yeah,
Is it
Heroin
meth?
heroin
Okay.
lab, heroin lab.
Well, so I mean, I just was
Heroin
gonna
always
say,
sells better than meth.
totally.
Totally.
There's always gross couches backstage.
Always
at the
gross
green room.
couches, and there
Always
was-
gross couches. Always just like random stuff and coffee tables that are all gross
When
and
I-
stickers everywhere.
When I saw that gross couch, I was like, "That is so legit," and I was like, "That's just wrong." And like, but
Well,
it,
I feel like it's funny because, I mean, of course, there are some really nice venues that have really amazing backstages and green rooms.
yeah.
But oftentimes, if you're in a punk band like that, that's what the backstage
Well,
is.
well,
If
Like,
you're
that's
going
a
to
green
play
room.
at a Nazi venue, more than likely,
Or
there's going to
really
be
any punk rock
copious
venue.
amounts of semen on the
Well,
sofa.
you know,
Any punk rock venue.
you know what it
Pretty
is?
much exactly like that.
The thing is, like, if you're in like major parts of the country, you're usually playing like
Gross couches get buried behind the dumpsters.
yeah.
Out to pasture.
Yeah.
You usually get
They
like
should. They
if,
should.
if you get like if you go to like a any major city and you're playing like a decent venue that's going to be like a Golden Voice or Clear Channel or Live Nation, whatever, those are going to be pretty nice. But as soon as you get to like the weird places, like where you're playing in an abandoned church, there are always those kind of couches.
If you're in a punk band and you're always playing on the wrong side of town, and that's the backstage. Sometimes there's nothing.
Well, I mean, you think about you played CBGBs before
Yeah.
they shut down. I mean, that backstage. It's
You
one of
know
the most.
what? I don't even remember.
It's one of the most biggest punk clubs in the world, and the backstage is like the size of like where we're sitting right here. It's like two
Sometimes-
little booths.
I mean, yeah, sometimes it would be like just tiny. It's like
Yeah.
the size of a closet where you could
Yeah.
stash your stuff.
I wasn't Screwdriver on the. Oh, I love Screwdriver.
the
Too bad
soundtrack.
it's all about. Too bad
So-
it's hate music.
So I hate Doug Carlos. I read an interview with the director Jeremy Solinger, and he intentionally did not put any
Any
actual
skinhead bands on?
like white supremacists, white nationalists, whatever bands on the soundtrack because he didn't want them to make any money from
Yeah,
it.
that makes sense.
So that's why.
He didn't want to promote them.
Yeah, so that's why there's not any actual.
What a fucking sellout. So you put shitty fucking
Do you want to
Slayer.
give money to those bands though?
Make it fucking real, man. Who gives a fuck if they
But
make
you-
a
But
couple
just
bucks?
write your own. Write your own
Romper
instead
Stomper.
of
Oh, I
giving.
fucking love Romper Stomper. Have you seen Romper
Dude,
Stomper?
yeah. Romper Stomper's
I
a
haven't
good
seen
one.
Romper Stomper.
Gladiator.
I have the two
Skinhead.
disc. I have the 2-disc set.
I've
Skinhead
heard
Gladiator.
about Romper Stomper. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, so they play the song they play, their first song they play, which his director said he was going to guarantee it was going to be in the movie, was Nazi Punks Fuck Off
Yeah.
from Dead Kennedys.
Yeah.
The director, that's one thing the director had in his mind, that song has to be in this movie. So they
Makes
play that
sense.
song, and right away it pisses everybody off.
But what's
I think
weird?
it's fucking great.
What was weird was how it went from that, and then they're like, he like goes, "That was a cover," and then they like go into their own song, and the guys start getting into
Everybody
it.
starts getting into
Yeah,
it.
so I was thinking that too. Like, I was thinking when they were playing that song, I was thinking, oh, this is what, because I didn't know what the actual plot was. I was thinking this is gonna set off all these Nazi punks, and they're gonna like try to beat these guys up or whatever. But they were fine with it. It was like, I mean, they were not
was
happy during
fuck-
the song.
I mean,
but-
I don't know Nazis personally, but I'm pretty sure they would just eat that shit
Dude.
up. Like they were like, it's funny, you know what I mean?
Well, if
They're
they
fucking
maybe
assholes.
if they thought it was funny, like if they thought these guys are just fucking with
Because
it.
if they would have beat the shit out of them right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Well,
well, they also,
But
I
then the
mean,
movie
they
would
were.
so
They were playing at their venue and their show, so they could
They
have
must
been
have
like,
thought it was like
yeah,
a joke.
they might have been like, this is
So
weird, but
I grew up in Dallas, going to punk shows in Dallas.
Texas?
Yep. So like if you look up anything about like Nazis and skinhead culture, unfortunately Dallas was one of those hotbeds of like that's where the Confederate Hammerskins were, which
Sounds
is like
terrible.
Dude,
I know I don't know anything
they-
about
Confederate Hammerskins? That sounds fucking
brutal.
That
Like,
scared me.
That's scary.
like they would show up to shows and they would just beat the shit out of people. And so there was a like reaction to it where like all these like sharp skinheads started showing up to shows. And then there were these crazy fights between like the anti-racist skinheads and the like
And the racist
and the racist skinheads, and I was just like, why are all these fucking adults still like dressing up like this? That's what I thought
remember
personally.
That happened in California too, in Stockton.
Yeah.
I remember hearing about that there were
Old skinheads, they want to grazing and turning into rockabillys. They put on once you put on
they
the Kangol
wound
hat,
up
it's
what
done.
grazing? Did you say grazing?
Grazing and turning into rockabillys.
Grazing like on grass?
Yeah, on
grazing?
grass.
Oreos.
They
Whatever.
set out the pasture.
Okay. Now I get it.
But like, what was weird to me
Please
is
send
like,
all hate mail to my mom's house.
so what would be weird is I would like go to these shows. I remember in particular I went to an Earth Crisis show, and
See, I hate Doug Carlos knows. He used to be one.
What?
He still has his fucking red
used to
dots,
be a
white
what?
laces. He knows.
he says red docs, white laces, with some
A shark?
races.
Red
He
laces
knows.
mean you've shed blood. If you
White
get your red
laces mean you're just
Really?
If you get your red laces, that means you've shed blood for the skinhead
I
community.
didn't know that.
So that's why sometimes skins just go out and beat the shit out of people. That's how
Just
you
to
get
get
your
red laces.
yeah.
That's some dumb shit.
It's so gross.
Myrtle doesn't think so.
Fred Perry. So
Yeah, they stole Fred Perry.
here's the thing: is the skinhead culture was never about racism until like the '90s. It got really weird.
It started out in Jamaica.
It was like some weird shit, like some weird stuff. But
The Rude Boys were original Jamaican.
it was just weird. Like
Black
they were
kids.
just like soccer hooligans, and then it turned into like weird.
In the
I
UK?
don't know. Yeah, a lot of.
I have a book. On Doc Martens, the history of it.
Uh-huh.
And it shows, it's an awesome book. They gave it away at, Vans gave it away. So I got a copy.
That's cool. Well, anyways,
And it shows all the history of Doc Martens, and it shows Jamaican, the black kids, the first skins and stuff. It's cool. It's a cool book.
we I don't even think we're talking about this movie anymore.
Yeah, we are.
Are we?
Yeah, we're talking about
mean,
the
I am-
skins.
Okay.
I want
So anyway, they play their gig. They go to the back. They're about to load out and get the fuck on out of Dodge. She forgets the fucking band's cell phone. She goes back in, or he goes, I'll be back. I'm going to go grab it. They walk in. There's a fucking dead skin bird on the ground with a fucking switchblade in her head. And he's like, oh,
bird.
fuck. That's what they call them, right? Skin birds.
I don't know.
I've never heard
She
that
has a
term before.
fucking, that's what they call the girl, skin bird.
That works.
Dag fucking goddamn switchblade in her temple, and he's like, oh shit, and he tries to leave, and that's when you're like, oh man, they're fucked. And then Gabe comes in, he's like, everybody just calm down, everything's gonna be cool, just calm down. I'm like, no, it's not, dude, it's not gonna be cool.
He's a professional.
These are fucking skinheads, they're gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah.
There's like a girl with a knife in her skull.
Yeah.
And that scene,
it was the other band. Wasn't it the headlining band that did it?
yes,
Like the headlining band stabbed the girl in the head?
I had the name of the first
I can't remember what they were called. It was like
Bear or something. I can't fucking remember.
something hammer. I don't know.
Fucking Confederate
Hammer.
hammer skins.
Confederate hammer? Maybe. I don't know.
The director actually saw a scene in a documentary, a prison fight. Somebody got stabbed in the head, and he was like, I'm going to use that in the movie.
What, stabbed in the temple?
Yeah, somebody stabbed Shank, a prisoner in the temple. And he's like, that's how that girl's going to die in the
Yeah,
movie.
they come in and she just has a knife in her head, right?
And they're like,
Yeah.
there's no blood. There's
And
no
then
blood.
at that
maybe
point,
she's okay.
Yeah.
at that point, they pretty much push all the band member back into the green room, and they're like, "You've got to stay here,
Stay calm.
stay calm."
They give
Big Justin.
Big Justin, Eric Edelstein, they give him the gun, and they're like, watch him. And how he got cast as the director was on IMDb. On IMDb Pro, I guess you can have a pro.
Yeah, you
With
can
the
pay.
direct-
You can pay for
And
it.
he was scrolling through IMDb, and this guy popped up, and he was like,
That's the dude.
"That's Big Justin." So
That
he
sucks.
fucking called him and said,
Do you
"Do you
wanna
want
be
to
a
be?
Nazi?"
Do you want to be a skinhead Nazi in my
This
movie?"
guy looks like a skinhead. Not
Cowcatcher. That's what it was called.
Cowcatcher,
Yeah,
yes.
Cowcatcher, yeah.
Yes. Oh, and Worm was the
Worm
guy's
was
name
the guy.
who killed
Yeah,
him. Who
yeah.
killed the girl?
He
Yeah.
was the murderer.
Man, that
Yeah.
dude really.
Dr.
Dude.
Brontax did his homework.
That
Dr.
dude-
Brontax watched the movies.
That dude.
Dr. Brontex, like, anytime you want to throw anything in, go ahead, because we're
Yeah.
all over the place because we drink a lot of
We've got
cocktails.
cocktails.
That dude, Warren, he fucking looked like he was really.
Dude, when
He was scary looking.
When he
I wanted to
looks
see
at,
if he was a skinhead consultant.
when he looks
In the
at
credits.
when he looks at Anton's character Pat and says,
What was his
that?
name?
What was that next to last song you did?"
That
He's like, "That was whatever."
one,
he says.
that one went
He goes,
hard.
"That's what I did her to."
That
You
shit
know, I'm
was
like,
brutal.
"Fuck, dude, that dude's like, yeah, that was some scary shit. But yeah,
Cowcatcher.
then until they're in there, that's when kind of Imogen Poots' character first shows up when they're in the room because she's friends with
With the girl that got
Emily.
murdered, yeah.
Yeah, I think her name.
I totally
her
forgot.
name was Emily.
Totally forgot she was in this movie.
Yeah.
She's so fucking weird.
Dude,
She's
I
good
love it.
though. Yeah, she's really
she's
good.
like weird.
What?
I feel like it's just the heat. She's like weird in real life.
Fuck. This is scary, guys.
She's like weird in real life. I feel like So Imogen Poot to me looks like she should be Jude Law's sister, but she's not. She just looks
I
like
thought
a
it was Jude
female
Law in
Jude Law.
drag.
So she is so weird in like everything she's in. She can
She was
play
weird
a
in,
creepy person.
El Cowcatcher.
Remember, he lives out in Smithville.
Yeah.
He just like has his arms out like this.
Yeah, catching them cows.
If anyone,
Does it get too hot out there? The old
yeah.
lady's fainting, Paul?
yeah. So the she's like weird. I feel like she's weird.
Open range.
Wait, why is she weird?
In open range,
Well,
she's,
yeah, but that's her character.
but she's all in this too. Like she just played like
All her characters are really weird. Even in Vivarium.
yes.
I've only seen her in this and Outer Range.
Paul.
She is like, I mean, she just has that like, she has a way to like the way she talks or something like that just makes her seem creepy. And like she does
I like it, though.
really good.
I think I like her.
But you agree she looks like Jude Law, right?
She does look like Jude Law. Yeah. She looks like she could be related to Jude
Okay.
Law.
And it's funny, I think I was telling you earlier, McCone, the actor that played Gabe, him and the director were our old friends. And when he found out he was making this movie, he was like, I want to be in this movie. And he was like, dude, you're not a skinhead. Like, I cannot see you playing a skinhead. You're so nice. He goes, if you want to try out like everybody else, you can. I'm not going to give you any favors. So he tried out and he won the role. So he made him, he went online, had to order his own Nazi temporary tattoos.
What?
And they would not sell to him
Oh, when he wanted to like do
Wait,
the tryout.
just to be in the movie. He has Nazi tattoos. I don't really remember seeing them. I don't know if they just.
But see, I read that. I thought that was for the tryout. He did it just to be over the top.
Probably. Well, anyway, they
that
didn't
would make
believe
more
him.
sense.
They weren't going to do him, and they're like, well, we need proof. So he had to send them proof that he was actually going to. Yeah, you're right. He was going to audition.
Oh
for
wait,
this
you mean
movie.
the people who were going to sell to him?
Yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't make the swastika
They wouldn't make
temporary
that.
tattoos.
Oh, he asked for a specific. He asked. For
Yeah,
a
and they were like, no, dude. So
That makes sense. That makes sense. The company was like, no. I thought you meant he just tried to order some like pre-made swastika temporary tattoos, and they.
So that guy,
Gabe.
what did you call it? Macon?
McCone?
I thought his name was Macon.
Like bacon?
Yeah, like.
He's an actor. I would think he would be called.
Let's just go with McCone.
Macon.
McCone.
It sounds fancy.
I'm going to say it like a French
Macon.
person.
McCone.
Macon.
Macon.
Very soft. So Macon,
Maybe Macon Blair. His last name's Blair.
So he wrote the screenplay.
Macon Blair.
He wrote the screenplay to the new Toxic Avenger.
No.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he's a writer too. He
Hell
wrote the
yeah, I
screenplay
had
to
no
the new
idea. That's
Toxic
awesome.
Avenger.
The Red Laces guy.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool how Patrick Stewart.
Don't you dare.
No, you know why? I just read. You know who's gonna play him in the remake, right? Of
Wait.
Roadhouse.
There's
What?
a
There's a
remake
remake
of
of Road-
Roadhouse.
Guess who's playing?
Bullshit.
Guess who's playing Dylan?
Why would you
Yes.
remake that?
Yes.
Patrick Stewart.
Fucking Jake Gyllenhaal. Actually, his sister.
What's wrong with America? Why do we keep remaking movies?
I'm sorry, I'd watch
That's a
it.
good question.
I'd watch it.
But
Come on.
I like Jake Gyllenhaal. I think he could do a good job with that. But I
never
also
saw-
agree.
did you ever
It doesn't
see-
need to be remade.
Did you ever see the one with Jake Gyllenhaal where he's the ambulance chaser? I never saw that one.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
It's
Night-
Nightcrawler.
Did you see? I'll
It's a
remember
good
in a minute.
movie.
I'll
Brokeback
remember.
Mountain.
Ah.
Yes.
Somebody mentioned it earlier.
I've
It was a
never
horror
seen
movie.
Brokeback.
The only reason it's a horror movie is because they didn't let those cowboys be together. Sorry.
Donnie Darko.
No, what was the other one?
Uh,
Where he finds himself in a movie. This guy tells him, "Hey, you should rent this movie. It's great." So he rents it,
I haven't seen that. That sounds awesome though.
and he's watching the movie, and he puts it on pause. He's like,
That's me.
"That's me." Yeah, they
Maybe
didn't know
somebody
that.
knows.
I hate Doug and Carlos. It's about him and me. Brokeback Mountain. Yeah, he told me, hey, if you were ever go out to a
Which one of you was Jake?
enemy,
Enemy? That's the name of the
it's so
Jake Gyllenhaal?
fucking good. It is so good.
It sounds
It
really
is
good.
so. It's the same guy that directed Prisoners. Did you see Prisoners?
Yeah, I don't know
No.
anything about Enemy though. I've never even heard of it.
I feel like
We
I've heard
saw
of
it, right? Didn't we see it, Lyric? It was that shit blew my mind. Some weird fucking visuals.
It sounds really good.
You know
I
what? I'm
like
gonna
that
buy
concept.
it. I'm gonna buy it so we can watch
So
it.
so basically, in this movie, they get all herded back into the green room, and they're like, "Don't freak out.
Big
We're
Justin.
just holding you here until the cops come," and it just turns into a shit show, right? Like, I mean, they
Oh, it's fucking. They call the cops, but they get 2 skins. They give offer them $600 a piece. No, $300 a piece, because he asked for 600 at the payout at the.
oh yeah.
And they're
so,
like, "Hey, stab him."
so because Anton's character calls and says there's been a stabbing,
Yeah.
and so he calls 911. 911 calls back, and so they actually get 2 of the skinheads to like stab each other, so the police don't investigate
Two
any
twins.
further.
Twins. So when the police
Yeah.
show up, it's kind of like,
I was
we got in a
wondering why
fight
they
or
look like
whatever.
each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
They're fucking twins.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, hey, I stabbed my twin. Let's."
If you go to jail, we'll double it. Oh,
Yeah.
those fucking Nazis,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
They think of everything.
yeah, they're
And
smart.
so
Lyric said, Enemy is one of those movies where you keep watching YouTube videos about it afterwards. Yes, you do. But you better not fucking watch
I don't
shit
do
before
that.
you watch it.
I don't
watch
watch
it
YouTube
before.
videos. I don't watch it before or after.
On this one, you're going to have to.
I like to be surprised.
So I mean, basically, the whole time, it's them trying to escape the green room
Pretty much,
and
yeah.
get out.
Oh, it don't make sense, the title. Green Room. All right.
And so what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say, I really liked how. I mean, I was gonna jump ahead a little bit and say
Go
that
ahead.
I really liked how Maybe's character had the fire extinguisher. Like once they eventually break out of the room,
You're not in there very long.
they're not.
But they have to keep running back. They kind of keep running back to it.
They just don't know. Yeah,
They
and
don't
they
know
don't know
what
what
to
to do because they're kind of trapped there. I knew Imogen was gonna kill that fool. That when he gave her the box cutter. Do you remember that part?
Oh, that
God
was
He was
damn.
like, "Here, hold this box cutter."
Holy shit.
She,
The gore in this movie is.
she already wanted him to die.
The
So
gore in this movie is top fucking notch. It's not a lot, but when you do see it, you're like, holy
So
shit.
when they're in the green room, and they realize, oh shit, we're captured. The hot-headed guy
Puts Big Justin in a armhole.
It's not
A chokehold.
Tiger. It's
Reese.
Reese.
Reese. Hey,
Got your
Paco,
follower,
thanks.
Paco.
Thanks
yeah.
for the follow.
What's up, Paco?
So
What's weird? It takes place in Portland.
Reese.
Why is that weird? It's fucking
No,
Portland.
man. The
Yeah, it's not
Northwest
in
is
Portland,
full
I don't
of
think.
Nazis.
It's yeah.
The Northwest
But you can
is
see,
filled.
I think it
with
was
Nazis.
closer because you could see Mount Rainier.
That's
It's
true.
actually
Yeah.
No, the wilderness scenes were filmed right near the mountain. It was filmed in Portland, right near the mountain, and in Astoria. That's the 3 filming locations. So I mean, yeah, it was. It wasn't. It was. What's the one near Portland? Mount Hood? No, I don't know. But
Mount Hood. I don't know. That seems.
I'm so confused right
I
now.
don't.
Dr.
Too many
Yeah, when he
cocktails.
gutted the bouncer. Fuck yeah, man.
Dude, so
That shit is brutal.
Projects, that's what's like. It's crazy. So the hot-headed guy throws him a chokehold. He's holding him.
First he
Get
breaks
up.
his arm.
Yeah, Justin. Yeah, he breaks his arm and puts him an arm bar. and
Fuck,
breaks
that shit is brutal
so
too. Fuck.
they put him in. They're choking him, and he has a box knife, and she gets it away. And then they think he's out, and he starts waking up again. So Reese puts him back in a chokehold, and he's just holding him. I mean, I think he killed him.
No, that's what I think so too. Because he didn't move at all.
Yeah, he's like holding him.
When he got chopped.
And they're like, how do we know if he's dead?
And then she just fucking goes up there and guts him.
Oh my god, it was so brutal.
Yeah, it was like a zipper.
The first time I saw that, my mouth, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, it was so bad. It was so bad. It's like, oh.
So then they make a deal with Darcy. He was like, give me the gun. He tells him, where's the cops? The cops already came and left. So he wants to know why. Like, what the fuck is going on? Why did the cops leave? And he was like, everything's been understood. Everything's all right. Just give us a gun. We're going to get rid of it. I don't want it used. It's an illegal gun. So that scene was filmed with actually two cameras, which was cool. There was supposed to be more footage of Darcy, Patrick Stewart, on one side, talking to him on the other side, with two cameras. But they wanted to keep Darcy. They didn't want him to make him the star of the movie. They wanted Anton to be the protagonist.
The
right?
protagonist, yes.
The protagonist.
Bro.
So they cut a lot of the scenes out of Darcy.
Interesting.
Yeah, so he hands him the gun and
Well, that was a good. I liked that scene because he was like, they were like, there's no way for us to get out of here. We're stuck.
We have to do what they say. There's
they're
no
like,
other way.
We'll keep the bullets, but we'll hand you the gun. So they're like going to open the door just a little, and Imogen Poots' character ducks down, and she's looking through kind of the slats on the bottom.
That
of
was
the
a
door.
great scene. Like
That was odd. That was filmed
that.
really great. And she's looking, and they open the door.
Picard.
Yeah, she sees Picard's feet. They barely open the door, and he starts to put the gun out. And all of a sudden, the camera slightly pans, and you see the red laces, the boots with the red laces, and she just goes, "They're killing us!" And he all of a sudden his arm gets ripped into the door.
He starts yelling.
And he's yelling. And when he gets his arm back in,
holy shit!
Oh my god! It's like just slide.
Gored up.
His fucking wrist, his hand's almost gone. But you can see the bone all the way through.
Oh my god!
It's just cut all up.
And that is the point in the movie where
They said his
like,
Anton's acting was so good with that scene. The director said he sold that shit because the prosthetic arm they used, it looked fucking real.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked pretty bad.
He was good. He was really good.
Yeah, that's the part where you're kind of like, there's nothing good coming to this movie.
Yeah.
Like it's over. It's over.
Paco! I'm here for the spoilers before I see the movies. That's weird. The only way to see it.
Oh yeah, Paco. I don't give a
It's
shit.
worth it. It's worth it, Paco.
I will hear spoilers before I see any movie. I don't give a shit. I'm still gonna watch it.
I feel the same way,
Yeah.
Paco. Like I
hate when people are like, "No spoilers." I'm like,
yeah,
"Who cares, man? You're
I
gonna
don't
watch
really
it."
care. I don't really care about spoilers either.
I'm so fucking old. I forget anyway. I'm like, "Oh, cool. I don't remember this at all."
You
It was-
told
I-
me about this? I
Yeah.
like Jim.
I think you should watch it, Paco. I think
Oh, it's fucking great.
I mean, if you're okay with some gore, it wasn't
too gory.
overt. I mean,
No, but it's more on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
Yeah,
not
it was
the
Not Studio 666.
yeah, not Studio 666 side of the spectrum.
Yeah.
So it's a serious like horror
Yeah.
like
It was good though.
yeah.
So I was gonna say I like how eventually they leave the room because they're like
we're green room. We're talking about green room.
green room. Yeah.
Green room, yeah.
So eventually they leave their room because they're like, we gotta go. Like we can't.
Yeah, they
just...
bust down. They're ready to start kicking ass, and there's nobody in there at all.
Because all the Nazis are like planning what to do.
What to
They're
do with their bodies.
They're figuring out how to make this to make it work out for
Which
them.
comes back to what you said earlier about the gas
Yeah.
can. Patrick Stewart, Darcy finds the gas can in his van and says, "Oh, we can use this."
Yeah. So basically, the Nazis are gonna, after that whole scene, because they have a lock on the inside of the green room. So after that, they lock themselves in, and the Nazis are like, "Well, we're gonna murder them, but we will also set it up we'll set their bodies so it makes it look like they were trespassing and stealing gas, and we shot them or whatever."
They actually ask because he has a residence next door, and he says, do we have a no trespassing sign? He says, we have a beware of dogs sign. He goes, even better.
Yeah.
So because they
They have some
apparently
pit bulls.
they train pit bulls to kill people.
$20,000 pit bulls, which
Yeah.
isn't a lie. Because
If they're-
Sabra, my
they're,
friend
like,
Sabra,
fighting pit bulls.
her pit bull's worth like 10 grand.
That's
Oh, wow.
dumb. I'm just gonna say that's dumb.
She asked me if I wanted
That
a
is-
puppy,
that
and I
is
was like,
dumb.
I wouldn't even know what to do with a $10,000 dog.
Nothing. You don't do
Just
anything
treat
with
it like a normal dog.
When it runs away, you put
I'd
up
give
the,
my
like,
dog
sign on
baloney.
the- Yeah.
I'm not buying fucking $300 dog food.
No. What? I mean, these people that have the sign outside your mom's house, like, there's a sign on the pole outside his mom's house. That's all when we pulled up.
I
that
told her
says-
you should not put up a sign that says fucking beware of Chihuahua. This shit will not work. They just
No.
punt that fucking dog across the street.
But there's that sign out there that says, asking for help, missing Chihuahua. I'm like,
You can't do that because I'm gonna
There's so
draw
many.
fucking chola eyebrows on it.
but I mean, like, why would you pay $10,000 for a dog?
It's a family member.
Don't you ever fucking
It's-
talk about Benji.
It's not a
Isn't it?
family member.
Isn't
and
it a
Doug
family
Carlos.
member?
I can make a family member without
You
paying
should review
$10,000.
Benji.
Dude, I love Benji.
Is Benji a horror movie? I don't know.
I mean, kind of.
It's about a fucking dog that's smarter than humans. Of course, it's a horror movie.
So they
So-
basically want to try to escape.
Talking
They're
about
trying
the
to
pit
escape.
bulls, they call the pit bull breeder, and he's like, "Bring them all."
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like,
Fucking dogs
I'll
are
compensate.
nuts.
Yeah, he goes, I'll
So-
compensate you for any of them.
So I just wanted
That's
to
what he
say
mentions a $20,000 dog.
Yeah.
that I liked how maybe kept using the fire extinguisher. Like it wasn't just like a one time like let
That's
me
a good
spray
weapon.
this guy.
That shit
It
gets
is.
in your eye.
It is.
That shit
It's like,
burns.
she keeps using it. She keeps using it on everyone, and it's like that was kind of I feel like that was not very standard for a horror movie. Like
Yeah.
I would think she would in another movie she would use it one time and then just kind of throw it aside for some reason.
Well, what
She
would have
kept
been good
using
if
it.
she would have used it and then like crushed
And
somebody's
then-
skull with
yeah.
it? But you know, like
Yeah.
she wasn't about that life.
She didn't end up needing to, but then she
I hate
killed
Doug
someone.
Carlos said it can
So-
freeze your lungs.
Yeah, it seems dangerous.
Just like huffing Freon.
Or smoke machine.
Yeah.
Huff and Freon.
So yeah, that was like whenever she sprays the one guy, he backs out and shuts the door.
and I
Like,
like
He
that-
leaves.
yes,
You don't see that, dude.
realistic, right?
Yeah.
I like how it also like it got all over her. Like
Yeah.
she was covered in
Yeah.
white powder.
Yeah,
and
she
just, like,
comes out and she's like, "Oh, white."
It's like they just really went for it with
That
the,
first time they
the-
go out, that's when they
fire
release the
extinguisher.
dogs and they kill.
dude, they killed the first two
Fucking
people.
They
Reese.
killed two of the band members so fast. I didn't even know
It
it was
is
two
brutal.
different. I
That
didn't-
dog rips fucking Reese's throat out.
Yeah.
No, it was
No,
that was
Tiger.
Tiger. Yeah, the
They
singer.
rips Tiger's throat
And
out,
then- and
which
it
is
re-
ironic because he's a singer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, me
Reese
neither.
jumps out the window and they fucking
There's a
stab
dude
his ass.
sitting there waiting for him. They stab
They
him. Like,
stab
They
the
shanked him.
shit out
They
of him.
shanked him.
they did
And
the
he's
speed
still
shank.
alive when they drag him away, and Darcy's like,
I was surprised that
let
he
him,
was
let
dead.
him bleed.
Yeah,
I
I know.
was so
You're like,
confused
whoa,
that-
shit! They killed the two people you thought were kind of going to be the hero. Like,
Well, I don't know about the singer.
no,
but,
the singer was
but
like a wuss, but like you kind of
Reese-
thought that Reese was going to be like the
he was
the
kind of
tough
like
guy.
some of us are gonna
MMA
die.
guy,
But
yeah.
like he just seemed like he was gonna. I
Yeah,
didn't.
it
I
kinda
didn't
seemed
realize
like
that
he was
Anton
gonna-
was the. I didn't realize Anton was
Oh,
the
man.
lead character until Reese died.
Oh man, yeah. I mean,
So they run back into the room.
two of them are dead.
Imogen.
Imogen,
Poots.
Imogen,
Poots.
What's the name of the movie? I forget her name.
Oh,
Pootsie. Sam,
Amber.
Samantha.
no, that's
no.
the bass player.
Amber,
Amber.
Amber.
Amber,
See.
Pootsie.
Amber, Sam, and Pat run back into the room. And they're like, right? They go back into the room, right?
Yeah.
They're like,
They
what are
run
we
back
doing?
into the room.
Only two of them, right? Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Sam is there.
Sam dies the second time they come out.
Yeah.
So
He dies.
another dog
She dies
rips their
outside though.
fucking, yeah, when they're trying to get out.
They get all the way outside.
Remember they're waiting outside the second time with guns and they start
Yeah.
shooting the fuck out
Yeah,
of them?
they get all the way outside and then they get shot
Shot.
at, and so then Imogen and
Anton
Anton get back to the green room.
Oh, and at the
And
beginning,
I mean, I guess because they know
But
that's
a dog,
a place.
a dog
I-
grabs.
But I guess it's
Sam.
because they know it's a place where they can lock themselves in.
Yeah.
Right.
at the beginning after they cut up Pat Anton Yelchin, you can tell he's like delirious, and he's fucking trying to do a story about he's trying to do a pep story.
Yeah.
He's trying to do
A pep talk.
a pep talk, and he's all, yeah, we were at this fucking paintball, and we were getting massacred by these military guys that served in
Iraqi
Iraq.
vets, yeah.
They were just destroying us and this and that. And then everybody's like, all right, that's cool. And they stop him. And then the second time they go back in their room, Amber's like, hey, you want to finish that story? And he's all, yeah, I'm just saying, I was going to say that the guy that had no skills just came out and went ape shit and fucking killed everybody.
Yeah, he was running and laughing.
Just laughing maniacally and shooting everybody. That was a true story. The director told.
Wait, what?
It was a true story the director knew.
No way.
He told it to Anton, so he used it in the
About and the military guy part was true. The Marines, the ex-Marines.
movie. Yeah, it was a true story. So they used it in the movie.
The director
That's
actually
cool.
played paintball with a bunch of friends, and that's
a true story. Like the friend got all fucking crazy with just fucking killed everybody.
And they even used the same name.
Yeah,
Ricky, whatever.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
Ricky Silva.
So she's like, well,
That's right.
She's like, Ricky Silva. She's like, well, let's fucking do this. So
I don't know why they put Sharpie on their face though.
Because they're going crazy.
yeah, he was like, fuck it,
They're
let's
going
just go
crazy.
crazy. Let's
He
just fucking-
shaved. I mean, I get him.
He
shaving
shaved his head
Shaved
and
his
put
head. He
Sharpie
put
all
on
over
a.
his head,
He put
all
on
over his
a
face.
like a skinhead
bomber.
puffy jacket thing.
the bomber jacket.
Bomber jacket.
Lyric has one of those. Lyric,
I mean, I like those.
I get it
I
now.
like those jackets.
My friend Wayne was a skinhead, and like he had like one of those bomber jackets. Was always wearing braces, and like I just never got it.
I like
like-
the jacket.
I have lots of skinhead friends here.
It's weird.
I hate Doug Carlos, except he grew his hair out.
That sucks. I don't even know who that guy is. I don't ever want to meet him.
So they send in 2 more skinheads after him, and they're like, make it happen. It's taking too long. Darcy's the impatient man. He's like, this should have been done already. That's what he says, right? The whole fucking movie at the end. He's like, this should have been done. This is taking way too long. So they go in and, oh, we forgot about the traitor, what the whole movie's pretty much based about.
Yeah. So Emily, the girl that they kill, and what was his name? What's his name?
Daniel.
Daniel. Yes. Daniel.
He was also in the
Glamour skinhead.
He was
I don't know who's a glamour skinhead.
Daniel, the traitor skinhead. He was in Sex Bomb in Scott Pilgrim versus the World. He was
Oh,
the
really?
So,
Oh, no way.
Truck. That's
Yeah,
a great
so-
song.
I didn't recognize him at
so
all.
him and Emily were
Leaving.
in love and were going to run away, and they, I guess they were upset that they killed that this. They don't really talk about it, but I guess they said there was a boot party where a bunch of people earned their red laces, and it seems like he probably had evidence of them murdering
The
someone.
bat. Yeah, Darcy
And-
goes out to the trunk and finds the bat wrapped in plastic.
And they
It's
were
like they have an escape vehicle.
Yeah, and they were gonna like run away, but Emily, because that's where he is whenever Darcy comes out and finds him. He's in his car,
Waiting
sitting
for her.
there, waiting for
He doesn't
her,
know
but
she's been
he doesn't know
murdered, yeah.
she's been murdered in the back.
Yeah.
And so, when he
And that's
finds
why
out,
she got murdered too, right?
because she was gonna run
He
away.
had revealed
and,
that they were gonna that she was gonna leave, but not she didn't reveal him,
yeah,
right?
yeah. And so, bad times. Bad times. But yeah.
Dude, you think he might have something? He was like, I'm a traitor. When he goes in to help him too, he goes back in with
Well, as soon as he finds out they killed
Pat.
Emily,
he was like, I want to go in,
yeah.
and that's when he tells him like,
Well, because
I'm
he thought that those people killed Emily. He thought
Yeah,
that,
he was
He
gonna
thought the
fuck him up.
band.
He thought
well,
he thought Ain't Rights killed Emily.
yeah, he thought the band.
and Amber was like, no, it was what's his name from
Worm.
from Cowcatcher.
Cowcatcher.
Worm from
Yeah.
Worm killed
Worm.
her. So he's like, all right, cool. Like,
It was
who are
Vum.
you? He's like, I'm the traitor.
Yeah.
Dude, and then you think he's gonna do something great, and he comes out and they
Motherfucker gets-
blow his
He
fucking
has
head
to go so
off
fast.
with a shotgun.
You get shot in the face so quick.
And you're like, what the shit?
But I
This
mean,
movie
like,
sucks.
but-
Everybody's dying.
Dude, but that's what's crazy is you're not expecting
Yeah,
people to die,
all
and
these
they're
fucking,
dead.
they just die.
Yeah.
And this is the time where Sam gets killed. The fucking pit bull eats her goddamn throat too.
Yeah,
Outside.
crazy.
Outside. Yeah, after they
make-
shoot out. They
Yeah,
make it outside.
It is stressful because they make it all the way outside, and all
open
the
fire on
skinheads
them.
are just waiting there for them and shooting them. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's rough. So eventually,
They make it out.
they send in the two people.
Oh
to
yeah,
go
for cleanup. For cleanup.
and they're just like, screw it, just kill the last two.
Because they have enough bodies.
Yeah,
they're
they're
like,
like-
we got all these bodies. We'll set up the fake.
Yeah, that's what they said. The two guys, then they wind up fucking massacre them guys.
Yeah, they're like, screw it, let's just send in two guys, kill.
That's when he shaves
kill,
his head and puts Sharpie on it. And he goes crazy and fucking.
and they're like kill Imogen and Anton and we'll just get out of here. And so they go in, but Imogen and Anton are like have a
ready.
little plan,
They're waiting.
and so they kill those two guys. And then they're like, let's
and then
get out
Gabe
of here.
comes in.
Well, and then
Gabe's
is
cleaning.
Like, Gabe's kind of like the dude that's just kind of there, and
Like you're like, maybe he really
he's
doesn't
not-
want to do this. Maybe
Yeah,
he's
he's
just
like-
a lonely guy and wanted to.
He wants to be part
Yeah.
of
He
something.
wants to be part of something. That's what it seems like.
and
Yeah.
so like he comes in and he's like,
I don't
want
wanna
to do
go-
this anymore.
I don't want to go to jail.
Yeah, and
I think he said, I want to go to jail. I know the subtitle said that he said, I don't want to go to jail. I feel like he said,
intention.
I want to go to jail instead of killing me. Like, don't kill
He
me.
did
I want to
not-
go to jail.
He did not want to be any part of murder. I
Yeah.
think he liked the life. He liked being around that stuff, but he did not want to be a part of murder.
He didn't. I mean, I guess he was involved, but
If
I mean,
had
he was
said,
involved for sure.
But if he had said, I don't want to go to jail, they would have just killed him. It's like either death or jail. Like, those are his only
did Doctor
options.
say?
You know, Dr. Brontek said Daniel was supposed to be the Deus ex machina. I don't know what that means because I drank this too many cocktails,
means-
maybe.
it means-
Deus ex machina.
I watched that movie.
Dr.
Ex
Brontek,
Machina.
I'm not sure what you're saying.
Yeah, I think
Daniel was supposed to turn them all in, basically, right? It seems like that's what he was gonna do. He had that bat, he had some
Yeah.
evidence of some sort. He was gonna shut down the whole operation, but he got murdered. So
yeah.
mermaider,
he got
mermaider,
murdered.
mermaider.
Yeah, I mean, and so like Gabe is like, don't kill me, I'll help you guys, and they all three leave the place together.
I thought
And
it was
then-
cool how they sent the two skins that they killed, the savior. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was
They sent the two skins in with the dog, and he gave that dog an adrenaline shot. He was like, he has about an hour to
I
live.
don't think it was I think he poisoned him.
Why would he poison the dog though? He was fine
Why would he give him an adrenaline shot?
because he was dying.
Why was he dying?
You know, Doug, I didn't write the movie.
No,
that was confusing.
I think they were like going to kill the dog because they
wanted the dog
they
to
wanted
die.
the dog to die. They wanted to make it look like the band shot the dog.
Oh, okay.
So they were
Yeah.
like, use the dog.
And I
to
was
kill
wondering, I
him.
was like, the dog doesn't have any wounds on it or
No,
anything.
no, because remember whenever he had the shotgun when the dog was kind of going crazy, he said, not with the buckshot, because they wanted to look like they shot him with a regular gun. Because they were saying after the dog dies, shoot him with the gun to make it look
Oh,
like the band
okay.
shot him.
Yeah.
And they were like, they're not going to test him for drugs.
Yeah,
like,
they
just
wanted to
shoot
set
him.
it up like the dog killed
And
the
then-
band,
and then one of the band
and then the
members
band
shot
killed
him.
the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was poisoned, that poor fucking
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah. And that's why
Yeah.
he was saying, I'll compensate you for the
And when they
dog.
went in, the fucking reverb on the fucking, what's that what it's called?
What?
Feedback.
The reverb on,
Feedback.
oh, the feedback from the microphone. Yeah.
Drove him out of the fucking guy's hand.
Yeah.
So the dog takes off with a chain, and the rest of the movie's just the dog, like, going through the wilderness
Yeah,
with his
walking
chain.
all low.
You hear the dog coming with the chain rattling on the ground.
Yeah,
after they
and,
take
and
off.
so they like once they do escape and they're with Gabe and they're in the woods, he's like, I'm gonna go over here and call the cops. And well, they hear a gunshot at the residence, and they look at Gabe and they're like, "What's that?" And he goes, "You don't want to know," because they're setting up a scene to make it look like this whole thing. Well,
So they were probably shooting the bodies.
yeah,
right?
yeah. So Amber and
They had the band van.
yeah, and they
and
just
the
had the dogs
bodies.
ripping the bodies apart.
Yeah.
So Amber and Pat head towards the farm while Gabe goes over and is going to like call the police for him, and he actually does. So that's cool.
I was surprised that he did.
Yeah, and
I thought he was just gonna leave.
I would have just. I would have. That's what I said. I was like, he's going to the fucking mountain. I would have
I
been.
was really
I'm a
surprised.
mountain man now.
I'd be like, Emojin don't know who I am. I'm out of here.
I denounce skinheads.
I
I'm a
live
mountain
on
man.
the mountain.
They don't know me. I'm out. Like, what are they gonna say? This short guy?
There's some prints here from somebody, but I don't
He
know
could have
who
just
it
been a
is.
person at the club.
Yeah, he just walks up to me and says, "I need the police."
Yeah.
That's all
So
it
like,
says.
but like they go and they like, dude, it's cool. Like they get to the farm residence where Patrick Stewart and the dog trainer and who else is there?
Some other guy.
Just another
One other
skinhead.
skinhead guy, yeah.
And
Unknown skin.
Yeah.
and they
That's what
kind of
his
like
credit
get
was.
them, and they're like sitting there, and Emojin Poots has a shotgun, and Anton has a pistol, and they're like kind of holding them together, and I think the dog guy is just like, fuck this, and like starts to do something, and she's just like, boom, she has to blast him, and like they're like, fuck it, like, and he's like, are we doing this? She goes, why else would we come here?
Yeah, fuck it. Fucking
Yeah.
kill him. They
And-
fucking massacred them.
And like after they shoot him, and Patrick Stewart just is like indignant, he just turns around, and starts walking away,
and
they
getting his
just-
gun out and
Yeah, he
shit.
starts pulling the gun out, and they like just blast him, and he turns around, and he takes a shot, but misses him and hits the car. But like, yeah, that was
That
like,
fucking headshot of his,
dude,
dude, that shit looked fucking real.
that was cool.
It was good.
I like all the
cool.
blood squirts in this fucking movie.
Yeah,
They shoot him in the throat and shit.
I think they did a really good job of practical effects and
Combined
with
with
CGI,
CGI. Yeah.
because it wasn't the kind of movie where it's over the top CGI. Like it
Totally. It
was-
wasn't like super noticeable.
yeah,
was CGI.
yeah. So it's like whatever CGI they didn't really stand out a whole lot. So I think like but like the practical effects, man, like the first thing you see that's just like crazy is when
His arm is
when
cut.
Pat's
Yeah.
arm's all cut up, and man, it's nuts. It looks gross. Like it's like actually gross, and it's really I really like it. I'm really glad they did a good mix of that stuff, and I mean overall I think this movie was a great movie.
Supposedly the ending dialogue started out, it was a beginning dialogue too.
What do you mean?
It was the same dialogue.
Oh yeah, I saw something that said like the very first word in the movie was the same as the very last word in the movie.
Because he says, I figured out
My desert island.
and she's like, I don't
Band.
give a shit.
Yeah. So,
So
what does that mean?
supposedly, I don't know, I don't remember the fucking first
It
name.
must have been I don't. give
It
a shit.
starts
Yeah.
with them in the van. Well, it starts when they wake up, doesn't it? In the van, in the cornfield.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's what they say. Well, anyway, supposedly they were saying his desert island band was CCR, Clearwater
Creedence
Revival.
Clearwater.
But the director said, no, that is not true at all. And
Wait, who was saying it? Was that?
Because that's what it goes straight into a CCR band.
yeah,
Right.
at the ending is a CCR band.
Oh, right after that
The
scene.
director said that is totally false, and the only person who knew what his desert island band was the director and Anton Yelchin. He whispered it to him. He was
Like on
But
set.
he never said it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's never revealed
only
it
he knows and Anton. And Anton's dead.
in real life.
Again, gotcha.
Did you say I got you?
Gotcha. Like bad.
Oh, I don't know what that means.
So all in all, I give this movie 2 thumbs up.
Man, I liked it.
It made my stomach hurt, and not just from the pizza.
IMDb, it has a 7.0,
which is
Oh, wow.
great. Which is
And-
great
Yeah,
for
for
IMDb.
IMDb, yeah, that's really good.
And
They're strict, man.
Rotten Tomatoes, it has like a 75% on the audience
Well,
score.
Rotten
You got a
Sucks.
sub. You got a new sub, Paco.
Paco, thank you so much.
Yes. I do this clap. Only you move one hand.
The golf club.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, IMDb, it has a 7.0. It has a 75% on Rotten Tomatoes with on the audience score, which is like
That's
kinda
really high
crazy.
too, right?
That's really high too
Yeah.
for the audience score. It's like a really I really like this movie. I'm glad you picked this
Yeah.
one because I think when we asked you to be on, we were just kind of like throwing out random movies, and I think you're the one that's like, why don't we do?
Yeah,
Studio-
because
you said Studio
'cause-
666.
well, 'cause you
Yeah.
had said Studio
And I had been wanting to
666.
watch it.
So I thought, like, why don't we do a music? There's other music themed horror movies out there.
and all
I-
three of us like pretty much worked in
in music
for
in some capacity.
our adult life, so
I really
I
liked
cleaned up the semen in the green room. That's what I did in the music scene.
that is not true.
I
I mean, it is true.
Yeah, it is.
I really liked this movie.
Yeah,
I thought it
me
was
too.
good. I think it was Razzle Dazzle Me actually that had suggested or that had said she was concerned.
Fuck is Razzle Dazzle?
It's Raz. I think.
Oh.
So
thinks
so
she's so
I actually
fucking funny.
thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like more brutal than it was.
Well,
But
was
only
still pretty
because
brutal.
it was very brutal. But I really liked it a lot. I thought even aside from all the the gas siphoning and whatever like little
the
bits
stuff you
of
don't like.
the little bits of tour stuff that weren't really realistic.
Oh, wait, helping
like
gas is punk rock.
it was really good. It was really good. I felt like as a horror movie, it was very suspenseful. It was pretty action packed, and yeah, it
It's
was good.
funny how I was thinking about it, how movies like this would be considered razzle dazzle. It's funny how movies like this are considered horror, but it is. It's a fucking horror
No,
movie.
it's
Yeah.
horror, yeah.
It's
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like it was mostly suspense though.
I'm sorry, if
it
I
was
was in
horror.
their shoes, I would just shit my pants and
It
be
was-
like, just
Well, we're
fucking
dead.
kill me.
Yeah, I know. I was kind of.
Well, I'm
thinking
not
that
going
too,
anywhere
actually.
because I shit my pants.
I mean, they had 5 bullets in a gun. They could have just killed themselves. That's
True.
instant.
That's true.
Oh,
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was good.
the
Watch it if you haven't seen it. It's great.
Yeah, Paco, you should definitely watch it.
The only person that hated this movie was I Hate Doug and Carlos. He said he thought this movie sucked.
excuse me.
And I told him the only reason you think it sucks because all your fucking skinhead friends died in it. You fucking piece of shit. Sorry. Just him.
So yeah, I mean, overall, great movie. It's definitely there's so many different kinds of
hello.
horror movies that this is one of the ones where like somebody might be like, "Oh, I love Evil Dead," and they see this and they're just like petrified. Like, what is this? You know, like because it's so serious and it's so like it's messed up.
It's
I
a
don't
little
know.
more
What do you want?
suspense than anything, I feel like. Suspense. I mean, there was some gore, for sure. There was some good gore in it. But it wasn't
That's
crazy
good.
horror.
No, I mean it's horrifying.
Yes, I mean, it's scary that skinheads and Nazis exist
Yeah.
and could do that kind of thing. But, like,
Yeah.
I was prepared for, like, a lot of torture for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah. There wasn't a lot. Yeah.
There wasn't quite torture.
Well,
I don't know why. That's what I thought it was gonna be.
either way, I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I really liked it. The acting was really great. Aside from the slight sort of accents that did either
I
of you
didn't
feel like
notice
that
that.
at all?
I didn't
No?
even notice that.
I felt like both Patrick Stewart and what's his name? Reese. He's gotta be British.
Yeah, he's British.
I feel like both of them had like a weird, like occasionally a weird accent would come out. Like you could tell that they weren't from Oregon.
What movie
know?
was that we talked about that where the wife had a weird British weirdly accent? And I was like, what is her accent supposed to be?
What, on this show?
Bridget
No.
Jones. Bridget
No.
Jones Diary.
No, it's right fucking show. There's some movie we just watched that felt like that, but yeah. So
Sometimes it just comes through, especially when things get intense, But aside from that, like the acting was really good, the cast was really good,
yeah,
the plot was really good. Everything was good about it. I felt like it was really good.
Um,
How often are you going to
Overall.
see Patrick Stewart play a fucking head?
Yeah,
yeah,
Head Nazi
yeah,
skin.
a skinhead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and also like, how do you get that to Patrick Stewart? Like, let's put this in front of Patrick Stewart. Like,
Well, maybe they were like, his head's already bald. Like he's perfect for the role.
Think about being
He doesn't have to shave it.
Think
or
about
anything.
being like the writer director. You've only made
The only
one
other-
movie.
The only other
What
person.
have you made?
Blue
Ruin.
Blue Ruin.
Oh, okay.
And
I thought that
Monster
was
Party.
after.
Oh, Monster Party. Yeah, he did Monster Party.
Monster
too.
Party's actually
Oh,
on Shudder, right?
okay.
I think it's
Yeah.
on Shudder.
Yeah.
The only other person I could see playing Patrick Stewart's role would be the driver from the ending of The Usual
Driver?
Suspects.
Oh,
The
What's his
driver?
name?
the guy who's
The driver, though?
The very end when
The guy-
Kevin
the lawyer.
Spacey,
The
the lawyer, when Kevin Spacey's driving in the car and he
I
gets in.
represent.
I can't even picture
Kaiser
him at all.
Soze.
I represent Mr. Soze.
I can't
I
picture
could see him. I could see him playing that role. But other than that, that's it.
Kaiser Soze's
That is it.
driver.
Yeah, Kaiser
Oh,
Soze's
no, he's
driver.
the guy that talks to him the whole time. That's representing Kaiser Soze.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
Yeah, I
his
don't know.
representative. My employer, Kaiser Soze.
I don't know.
Except for he had like a freaking weird Eastern European accent.
You never put up the marquee.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, I guess we're gonna use the
okay,
next
so
one.
Jamie's not here. Jamie is our producer slash college intern who is in
Hollandaise. I had no idea she was Hollandaise.
she's not Hollandaise. She's from California or I think
Sweden? I could have
but
sworn.
her
dude.
family is from Holland.
Well,
so
wouldn't it make her?
she's gonna watch this episode afterwards and be like, "Oh my
These
god, why do I
motherfuckers
work
don't know
for these
shit
guys?"
about me.
Yeah, I know. There we go. Look,
She's
I made
not.
it work.
So she normally would be running all this stuff. Or?
Well, we're on
would-
to the next movie. You might as
She
well put
would
the new one.
normally be running all this stuff and also be like giving us like, you forgot about this part, like in the
In the chat.
chat, but
That's
she's
nice.
it's summer vacation. She's a college student. She's in Holland. Okay, so
I mean, it's going okay.
yeah, except for
know.
we did that. So
Except for yeah.
I'm gonna turn off this
So
marquee.
before we, I mean, you can do whatever. Get ready for the next movie. Jamie is made of hollandaise sauce.
Ooh, yum.
If are we in between movies? Because I brought something that's from my stream.
Yeah, we're in
I brought
between
us
movies. I don't know what that
Brought you a
means.
surprise.
I'm kind of scared.
So on my stream recently, I taste tested a candy that's very contentious. I brought it to this stream. Circus peanuts. Have you had them?
Yes, that shit's gross.
Have you had them?
It's just like orange fucking sugar ball.
No, they taste like bananas.
I mean, you don't have to eat any.
I want to eat
but, like,
one. I'm fucking
you gonna eat
hungry.
one?
Yes. You can't tell me. You can't tell me not to eat
So
a sugar
I like how you're like, oh, they're fucking gross. Yeah, I'm gonna eat one.
orange sugar ball or sugar.
So I had never had one until one of my
They have
streams
no
the other
smell.
day. What?
No smell at all.
There's
Those
literally,
are like plastic. I think.
there's literally no smell.
Damn, I had one of these, and it's kind of like a hard version of cotton candy.
So, oh, did you eat it already?
I took a little nibble.
It's like
It tastes like.
the texture is so.
It doesn't taste
weird.
like an orange, but it tastes like the color orange, which means it.
It didn't taste like fake bananas to you? It tastes like fake bananas to me.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be banana flavored.
It's like what bananas taste like before they start genetically modifying.
But It also kind of tastes like double bubble gum when you first bite
Let
into
me
it.
taste another one. Because I love double bubble.
You already ate that one, Doug?
Yeah, I do. Yep, no smell.
It tastes kind of like double bubble. When you first...
No. You know what it is?
What?
It feels like double bubble in your mouth.
It feels like double bubble.
Before,
first-
when you first bite into it.
Yeah.
Wait, can we
Where
do
did you
some?
get these?
I'm gonna do some ASMR.
Dollar
ASMR.
store.
Of
I'm gonna-
course it'd be at the fucking dollar store.
I'm gonna do some ASMR.
What?
Circus peanut.
Chewing?
That sounds gross from here.
No, that's probably gonna be so good.
gotta be quiet.
You guys like that? That thing is genetically modified.
Oh
For
man.
sure.
Fucking
For
teeth
sure.
genetically modified.
It looks like peanuts, but it's not.
It's like it's
definitely
good,
not.
but it's gross.
Yeah, I feel very weird about it.
Why do I like it?
Because it's sugar.
Okay.
Sugar's very addictive.
600 grams of sugar per peanut.
No. 3 peanuts
75
have
grams
10%.
of your sugar daily intake.
So each peanut is about 8 grams of sugar.
Mr. Monkey said my grandparents ate those in 1847.
I think that
still
fucking,
around.
I think that fucking bag is from 1847.
Next week,
The dollar store has had these since 1847.
next week we'll be taste testing butterscotch candies as well.
Or
Hey,
maybe
don't fuck-
Boston baked
Don't
beans.
fuck around with butterscotch. I love that shit.
Dude,
Butterscotch discs are good.
you know what's crazy?
Werther's originals, so good.
You know what's crazy is Mike's shop down the street actually has. He gives out those like strawberry candies that like my grandma used to eat.
That are
With
wrapped
the
in
jelly,
strawberry.
the jelly filled ones,
Yes.
they're so gross.
They're so
Are they
gross.
jelly filled?
And they're like, it's not jelly. There's some soft, weird gushiness in the center.
I vaguely remember those.
Why am I still eating this?
I can barely finish one.
I might eat a second one. I don't know.
Oh, I like messed up our microphone while ago.
Seems like it's okay.
Did you put on the next
Second, I'm
bucket?
on like my 4th one. Okay.
We still have
Let's-
another movie to talk about.
Yeah, we still got another movie to talk about. What time?
It's just time to talk about the
Oh
second
my
movie.
god. Okay.
Green Room there was a lot to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like Green Room was more to talk about than Studio 666.
Oh, Studio
now that we're
666
on
is
to it.
just... It's just a goofy, fucking, funny, gory movie.
It's a
If you
horror
just want to
comedy.
watch something to make the time... It's like an hour and... I think it's like 90 minutes or some shit
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
not very long. Like 93 minutes.
But it's hilarious because it's just the band going to record their 10th album, which you said is actually their 10th
No,
album.
it's
Is
not.
it?
So no. So I actually looked that up. They recorded their 10th album, "Medicine at Midnight," in that house,
Oh,
and then
really?
decided to use that house.
Is
for
that
the
where
movie.
he came up with maybe Dave Grohl came up with, because it's Dave Grohl came up with the story of it.
And he
so
kind of
maybe
came up with the story of it because of. I'm like sitting here with my mouth full of peanuts. Don't talk with your mouth full of peanuts.
So,
So far, I need to see Green Room and do not eat those circus peanuts.
don't do it. I already feel sick.
We're gonna, don't eat any of these things. We're eating them for you.
And then I'm going
Yeah.
to chase it down
Yeah,
with
you
a
don't.
vodka.
You don't need to.
Yeah.
You don't.
That
I
shit's
mean, they're
gross. I don't even know why I finished it.
What, the circus peanut? I feel like it's like.
Oh, I'll
just
eat that whole
weird.
bag.
I
It's
can't see
weird.
out of my right eye. I can't see.
You don't need to eat these, Paco.
So,
There's lots of other better candy than this.
Paulito said Chinese candy and pickles. Hell yes.
Chinese candy only exists in San Antonio. I just want to let you know that.
Hello, what about China?
So, Alamo Candy Company invented Chinese candy, and it's on everything here. That does not exist anywhere else.
I agree.
Diabetes.
I agree with Doug.
Yeah, that shit does not exist anywhere besides San Antonio.
Fuck, I love Chinese candy.
Yeah, that's an
Isn't it
invention
just like
of.
sour plums?
It's
Yeah.
plums. It's dried up plums coated with salt. So
Yeah.
what you do is you go get the biggest fucking lemon you can find, peel it, tear it all apart, cut it up into pieces, throw it in a bowl, and throw in a bunch of Chinese candy and throw it in the fridge for a couple of days.
Okay.
And then
So-
you take it out and you give it a good stir, and all the meat falls off of the Chinese candy. Look at my fucking gums. I can't even talk right now.
I'm just trying to take it all in.
You're talking about
keep
plums,
going,
salt,
keep going.
and lemon.
Okay, keep
So then
going.
you
Stir
take
it all up.
stir it all up, and then you just get a fork or your fucking fingers and just eat that shit. Oh god, I can't even talk right now. My fucking jaws are just.
Wait, you eat straight lemons?
Yeah, but there's so much the Chinese candies mixed up. Oh, it's so fucking good.
Like salted plum. Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna
Okay.
fucking make you some, and you're gonna be like, "This is the best fucking ghetto shit I've ever eaten in my
I
life."
can't wait to try it.
It
I
is
really
so
want to try
good.
this.
Right up the street, at the end, they sell Chinese candies and lemons. They know what the fuck is up.
Okay. No, I want you to make it.
Oh,
I'll try it.
I'll make it.
Make it for the next time I'm a guest on your show, on this show.
Yeah, I'm all fucking
I'm excited.
drooling everywhere now.
Because of how good it tastes?
It's just reminding me of the fucking goddamn amazingness of it. Okay,
Okay.
enough of that.
I don't know how we start talking about that. But
Fucking Pablito.
Mr. Monkey.
Fucking
Mr. Monkey,
Chinese candy.
and a pickle.
oh,
I'm talking about Chinese candy and lemons, though. Fuck. Whew.
oh.
Now I'm gonna have to go find a goddamn.
So the Foo Fighters recorded Medicine at Midnight, which was their 10th album.
Okay. In this house?
They recorded in the house where they
Okay.
filmed it.
The premise of the movie is basically they're recording their album in a satanic house. Dave Grohl gets possessed, starts murdering people,
That's the
gets
story.
That's the whole
rescued.
story.
That's it. That's it. That's
So apparently the story came to him during something that actually happened while they were recording their 10th album. So they probably had a song where they're like, because in the movie they're like trying to finish this like song that will bring a demon, Satan's right hand demon, back to Earth, and it's like this 45-minute song, like it's crazy, and they're like, we can't find a finish to this song. It's going on forever. So that must have actually happened with one of their songs or something, like because that's how he
yeah,
said
not
he
finding
came up.
an end.
Yeah,
So-
he said he came up with the story during that.
The soundtrack. They actually recorded a full-length album. It's on like 5 songs.
What's the name of it? Dream.
Son of a bitch. I'm gonna write it down. I forgot.
Dream something.
Dream Widow.
Dream Widow.
Oh,
So
the name of the band.
yeah, if you go to
Spotify. It's on
if you go to
Spotify.
Spotify and
Type
look
in
up
Dave
Dream
Grohl.
Widow,
It
Yeah.
comes up. That's one of his albums. So I told, and the song that they can't finish is in there, and it's just the same riff, the whole fucking song. It's
You're
just
shredding.
the same riff, the whole song. Well, I was telling Doug, I listened to the song, one of the other songs, and I was like, I fucking heard this before. It was already on my playlist. It came out as new music you may like, and I was like, holy shit, this is fucking heavy as shit.
and you didn't
brutal.
realize it was from.
So I added it to my playlist, and it was them. I looked at it, I was like, oh shit, it's fucking Dream Widow, a fucking make-believe band from a movie.
That's great.
And it's fucking awesome. Like, it's such a good album.
This movie was totally like a Evil Dead 2 type movie.
Yeah, it's
Like a
just
silly,
Like a
silly.
silly,
straight
like,
up fucking crazy gore.
completely opposite of Green
Green
Room.
Room. Not, it's,
Can I say
I was
something?
gonna say,
Yeah.
like, as far as actual music stuff, though,
Yeah, that's what I was
what's
gonna
the
chime in
reality
on.
of it?
Yeah, so I was gonna say that when we started watching this movie, I realized that Green Room, because first we watched Green Room and then Studio 666, and then when we started Green Room, I was like, yeah, I feel like Studio 666 is more my expertise. The gross punk rock band van and the really low budget tour, as opposed to the band who is on a major label and has the label renting them an entire crazy mansion to live in and record their album for a month. So, and obviously the whole concept was created by Dave Grohl, and all the band members are in the movie. So for me, it was kind of like, oh yeah, this is actually out of my league. This is, I'm sure that they know exactly what they're talking about in this movie. Because
I was gonna throw it. Lucky you didn't let me. I was gonna sit here.
you don't no more circus peanuts for you.
Fuck
I'm
no.
gonna eat the whole bag.
How many are left? There's only 2 left. I'll eat one more. There's only 1 left, Carlos.
No. Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna put it here just in
No.
case.
You can have it with
Just
every
think
dog.
you might change your mind.
But what about, obviously it leaves the whole premise of being a band really quickly in Studio 666 because it turns into, I mean, they're in a house, but as far as like the dynamics of like
The band.
the band
itself?
that as far as
Well-
like trying to record or write an album.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a good question. I feel like, I mean, obviously in Foo Fighters, it seems like Dave Grohl is the leader, and he's the one who is telling everyone what to do, which is also what happens in the movie. I don't know if, I mean, maybe, who knows, maybe that's just what they portrayed in the movie because that's what people think. But that's what I would assume. I would assume Dave Grohl. I mean, I've heard that before, that he actually
Lays all the drum
plays,
tracks. like,
plays the drum tracks, plays the guitar tracks, and all the tracks himself, and then has these guys as
Supposedly-
his actual live band. But
Supposedly, he laid the drum tracks down for the first Ghost album. And
I mean, he's a drummer.
he was actually
He's,
all the band members are masked, and supposedly he did some of the shows.
So
you don't know which ones he was at, and I went. I went to their first tour, so he could have been playing the fucking drums right in front of
Yeah.
me, and I have no idea, and I was right there in the front.
So
Yeah.
there are a few drummers in the drum world that in real life that play the majority of studio albums. What's required to put out a major label album is so intense that like there's, even if you're an amazing live drummer, there's not a lot of drummers who can go in and be like that machine. Like Josh Freese from the Vandals. That guy is on so many major label releases where the drummer for that band did not play on the recording. And they just pay him a shit ton of money to come in and lay down the tracks because they know he's going to get it the first time
That's
every
cool.
single
That's
time.
fucking man. Imagine to be that.
Yeah, it's like
Well
him,
known.
like Dave Grohl's one of those people. Brooks Wackerman. There's
Bad
like
Religion, yeah.
yeah, from Bad Religion. Like,
that happened in one of my bands before. Like the drummer actually got replaced on a record because it was like, well, we only have a limited amount of time. I mean, it wasn't the band's idea, but it was like we only
and
have a
if they
limited
just
amount
call
of
them
time.
in, they're just
Yeah,
it's the
it's like a
producers
drummer
just
for
like
hire.
it's the producers. Like I was actually on a tour that Josh Freese was on with the Vandals, and he was like, "Oh, I've got to fly out tonight to go back to LA to
Tool?
record."
Was he playing with Tool?
Yeah, he's like, "I got to go record an album, and then
Guns N' Roses?
I'll come back and be on tour like tomorrow."
Josh
Fucking
Freese did so
money.
much. Yeah.
And it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, but like that happens. I mean, it happens with all kind of musicians on major label stuff. But like drummers is
It's
probably the
weird though
number
because
one.
you would think that they could afford to spend the extra few days in the studio
Yeah.
for the drummer to be able to get all that done, as
Yeah.
opposed to being like, let's just get the top drummer to do it in a day instead of taking 3 days.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's also
I
like,
liked how in that movie they called the label guy was called Shill.
yeah.
He was like the
yeah.
corporate shill.
the corporate shill. Yeah.
That was really great.
Yeah. Yeah, Jeff Garwin. That guy was awesome. Like, I love that guy. I love that guy. Like, he was in Curb Your Enthusiasm, like the whole time.
Did I have my water from over
Oh
there?
yeah. He was in Arrested Development, and he was also like the dad in Meet the Goldbergs.
They took him off.
Oh,
They
okay.
fired him.
Oh, they did?
for inappropriate behavior. And I'm like, that show sucks now without him. Like
I haven't seen any of them since.
He's
then.
not on there at all.
Oh,
He came out on the season finale last year, but just for the graduation.
He was like the funniest part.
Yeah, and he's gone because he said something that people didn't like. I'm like, oh, fuck off.
And then what other guest appearances were in it?
Carrie King played the roadie.
Carrie King from
Craig.
Slayer was in it, which the director
Krug.
what's the director's name? BJ. Well, the director, he is like mostly a cameraman in Hollywood. He's done a lot of stuff, doing Steadicam and a camera, but he's also he's done a lot of Slayer videos. Like he's directed a lot of Slayer videos, and he directed Halloween, the first Halloween, 2017 Halloween, which was great.
Wait, the guy who directed Studio 666 directed? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and he hadn't directed very much. He directed that. He directed a bunch of Slayer videos, which was probably, I don't know if that's why Carrie King was in it or not.
I would probably think so. I don't care for Carrie King. He's a dickhead.
And then John Carpenter was in it, which was awesome.
And he did the main
theme.
He did the Studio 666.
Which to me, John Carpenter may be the best horror.
No, he
director
is.
ever.
He's hands down the best horror director. Every movie he does is pretty much horror.
Yeah.
Did you see anything online about what he thought about Studio 666? Did he
What?
like to the movie itself or no?
No, I didn't see anything where he said anything about it. But I mean, they did get him to do the score or the
theme
main
song,
theme,
yeah.
And then he
And
was
he was in it as an
yeah.
engineer, yeah.
Yeah, and it was cool because like I had no idea that any of these people were in it. And
Yeah.
then whenever I saw it, I was like, that's John Carpenter. Like, I was just like, whoa.
He's so old now.
And
Fuck.
what was crazy is like there were a lot of nods to other movies in this. I mean, Evil Dead, like
Or
all over the place.
at the end when Dave Grohl jumps out of the pool,
Oh yeah,
it's the same. It's this exact same from the Evil Dead movie poster.
Yeah.
The girl coming out.
yeah.
It's the exact same pose.
But I
That's
mean,
the coolest thing. I haven't seen that movie.
but
posted.
also like,
So I just-
I have it at the house.
but like the
mean-
book with human flesh, it was like the Necronomicon.
Yeah, the Necronomicon. Also,
and
the raccoon. That
the
was like
raccoon that started like, it's kind of like the deer on the wall.
that reminded me of Evil Dead.
Yeah. And then I also thought like the one roadie guy who had the eye patch on.
I didn't even
was
think
like-
about that.
I was like, oh, he's sitting next to John Carpenter, like Escape from New York. But then I found out, oh, that guy's actually blind in his right eye.
Oh, that sucks.
So he always has a
So he
patch
has a
on.
fancy. he
But,
has a
I mean,
fancy
maybe that's
iPad.
why they had him on there. Because, like, Escape from New
That
York.
could be, yeah.
You know? And then I didn't recognize this during the movie, but there was a part where Will Forte's walking up to the house, and they do like the exact same kind of scene as when the preacher's walking up
The
in The
Exorcist.
Exorcist, and he looks up and the light comes on, and it's like the same as The Exorcist. So it's like there was some cool.
They use the word fuck 152 times.
I saw that it said like once like every
1.53 times every minute.
yeah
That's great.
yeah.
1.53 times.
Oh, I thought it
Wow.
was like once every 1.53 minute. Well, it was a lot. It was like at least once a minute. Like crazy amount of the F word.
The F-bomb.
Yeah. I thought it was
Also,
really
the
funny.
one lady from American Horror Story was in it too.
Oh,
she was
yeah.
the realtor.
Yeah,
that was really good, or really well
Which one is
cast.
she?
Leslie Grossman.
Which one is she?
In American Horror Story?
Oh, she's not in every season, but she's nearly in every season.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
The
the
one that
later
played
the
Barb.
later seasons, like the last
Yeah.
half of however many there have been, she's been in those.
At least it wasn't that other girl from American Horror Story. She sucks.
Which one?
Which one?
The one that's in.
The young
She
girl?
was in Unbreakable or not Unbreakable. The
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt? You're talking about the young
Emma Roberts,
Emma Roberts.
no, she's cool.
what's the
Which one?
what's the
She was in the last. It was Unbreakable, and then it was
Oh, you're talking about the lady that played the two-headed
Kathy
lady.
Yes.
Bates?
No, the one that played the two-headed lady in the circus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I can't remember her
She
name.
sucks.
I can't remember. I like her. I think
No.
she's good. She's pretty good. I can't remember her name.
Why
right
don't
now,
you
though.
like her?
She's just a terrible actress.
What's her name?
I feel like I like her and dislike her depending on what role she's playing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was good in.
They said she
Asylum.
ruined that last movie. The Bruce Willis one with Sam Jackson comes out in it again.
The Unbreakable series.
Yeah, the final one they did. I never saw it, but I heard she
and,
ruined it.
What's her
the
name?
Beast one.
Beast. I thought it was cool that it was a sequel, but
Yeah, and then the neighbor.
I love Unbreakable.
The neighbor Whitney Cummings. I don't know if you know much about her, but she's a
She looks
stand-up
familiar, but-
she's a stand-up comedian. Her stuff's pretty funny. I worked one of her shows.
I thought it was when I first saw her, I thought it was a progressive lady. I was like, oh shit, it's a progressive lady. Nope. No, it wasn't.
No, Whitney Cummings. She's pretty funny. She's got a bunch of specials.
Sarah Paulson.
Sarah Paulson,
yes.
yeah.
Thank you, Larry.
Lyric.
And then Will Forte.
He's great.
He was awesome.
Will Forte.
I loved. What was
I'm
his
like-
band called? Bone Structure.
Bone Structure.
I was like, I hope they got him because he played in that. Remember that other movie we saw where she was
Extraordinary.
extraordinary. I was like, I hope they
God.
got him because of that role.
So good. That
So
movie was
there's a movie called Extraordinary that Will Ferrell's in. It is a
Will Forte.
Will Forte. It is a great like comedy horror
Except for the
movie.
ending. The ending kind of freaked me out. Glass.
Yeah, Glass. And then it has Jenna Ortega in it, which for very short, she's the leader of the band who gets killed right away.
Oh,
at the
Widow.
beginning.
Widow.
Widow something.
What's it called? Widow something.
Dream Widow.
Dream Widow.
Dream Widow, yeah. She's
I don't know who she is.
she's the one from X that was the sound girl that was like, I want to be in the movie, and she's
okay,
also in
okay.
Scream.
Oh, okay.
She's in the 25th year anniversary of
see that
Scream, and she's also
I saw X, but not.
she's also the new girlfriend in the second Babysitter movie.
Oh,
The
I
what?
didn't realize that.
Yeah,
The
she's the
Babysitter
Babysitter Killer Queen.
I didn't see that one.
I
I
didn't
think I
know
saw
that.
pieces of it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I mean, I saw X and
Yeah.
The Babysitter too, but I didn't realize
Yeah,
that.
that's
X,
her.
I think X was overrated.
Yeah,
I loved it.
I thought it
just
was
couldn't.
good.
I couldn't get into it. I was just like,
I thought it was good. It wasn't the best thing ever. I think I maybe liked Green Room better.
I have a
Shit,
feeling.
yeah.
You know what? I have a feeling that Pearl, the prequel to X, is gonna
It's gonna be
origin
better than
story
X.
is gonna be better than
It
X.
looks good. It looks
oh,
good.
Lyric says she's gonna be the new Wednesday.
Yeah,
Oh,
she is. She's
I
gonna
saw
be
the
new
Wednesday.
Yeah.
I saw a Wednesday trailer.
Yeah.
That's
Really
cool. At
nothing
least they got
happens in
somebody
it.
young.
Yeah. She's in the 25th anniversary of Scream, and
least she
she's
didn't
kind
get-
of like the first character that answers the phone, just like
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore is in the first
Yeah.
one. But she's going to be in Scream 6 as well, which is coming out next year.
Scream 6.
Green
Yeah.
17.
Wow.
6. Just 6.
At least
guys.
it's her and somebody young, not Sarah fucking Paulson.
Yeah. As Wednesday, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, the cast is pretty small, but like they're all really good.
They're
I
fucking
feel like
funny.
the band did a pretty decent job of acting.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
Taylor Hawkins didn't.
wasn't amazing,
didn't
but, like-
told the director, I'm not learning any lines. So pretty much everything in the movie is ad lib.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I
probably
read
why
an
it's-
interview.
that's
I
probably why
read
they
an
did.
interview, or I read something, and it was talking about his interviews where he was like, multiple times he was like, I refuse to learn any lines.
That makes sense.
That's why he's dead now.
Oh.
Oh, too soon.
Too soon.
Goddamn, drugs suck. Yeah, I was really bummed out when that happened. That was his second and final movie.
R.I.P.
Damn, dude.
Was it his second movie?
Second and final movie.
What other movie was he in?
Probably a Foo Fighters documentary.
He's in that one documentary, dude. I was
Documentaries don't count. That's just you
one
being
about
yourself.
that-
You were in a trauma movie.
She was in a trauma movie.
I was in a trauma movie.
Yeah.
I've never seen this trauma movie, but I
What?
was in it. Have you seen it?
Which
It's
one is
called
it?
Punk Rock Holocaust.
Oh shit! I'm gonna have to order it. Looks like we're doing punk rock Holocaust.
I was not. I was. The rest of my band got murdered, and I didn't. I ran away instead of getting murdered.
That's so
That's
fucking
all that
cool.
happened. But yeah, I was in a trauma movie.
Did you meet?
No, that main guy. What's his name?
Don't look at me.
I'm kind of drunk right now, so
Me too.
Me too.
I don't know
Larry
what's
should be
going on.
telling me R.I.P.
And Jamie's not here to give us any advice.
I did not meet that guy though. I know who you're talking about. That main trauma guy, the guy who did Lloyd? No.
Lloyd Kaufman.
Yeah, Lloyd
Okay,
Kaufman.
Thank you.
Yeah, no. I didn't meet him. I did not meet him. There was a guy on Warped Tour that was like representing trauma and that was filming Punk Rock Holocaust at Warped Tour and asking bands to participate.
And you were like, hell yeah! I would have.
Well, I was kind of like, so one of our other band members was like that. One of our other band members was like, hell yeah! And I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to do this. Like, I don't know. I don't really feel like doing this. And so
2004
so
or
that's
2008?
why.
For
What,
what?
the movie? Punk Rock Holocaust? Probably 2004, because I think it was filmed in 2003. So I bet it came out 2004. Yeah.
Did you know the red van that they used in the movie was the actual van that they used on the first tour?
The Foo Fighters van? Oh, no way. It was huge.
And
it
they
was
were-
bigger than a 15-passenger.
And they were actually going to use it again for the 25th, for their 10th album tour.
I read that. They were going to use that. They were
But the
going to go
COVID
on a van tour.
Van tour.
That's so cool.
Yeah, fuck yeah. But COVID hit, so.
Yeah. And so they filmed a movie instead.
That makes sense.
And now Taylor's dead, so they got to find another drummer.
I really liked the part where they were first checking out the house and Dave Grohl is clapping.
And every time he
get the
comes in, somebody's
acoustics.
screaming.
Every time he'd clap, it'd be like,
Do you hear
a
that?
clap, but
Do you hear that?
but a little short scream. Then he's like,
It's amazing.
it sounds awesome.
Paco said he remembered that DVD had a lot of secret menus.
Oh, did it, Paco? I never have watched that.
I'm gonna
I've
have to
never
order
watched Punk Rock Holocaust.
Yeah, Paco, I feel
Will you
like
sign my
I
DVD
feel like
copy?
a lot of I feel like a lot of videos back then
Had Easter eggs.
had lots of Easter eggs. Even like your didn't
the show.
the show must go on. That has a
Lyric says you
lot
have an
of Easter
IMDb
eggs, right?
page.
I do have an IMDb page because I was in that movie.
I didn't know.
Yeah, yeah, I do. Yeah,
That's crazy.
It's. I mean, I think that's it. I think it just says punk. I mean, I haven't looked at it.
You should like get an IMDb Pro and put your picture up there and like put like this music video.
I have 5 credits. Lyric says I have 5 credits.
What the shit?
I don't even know what they are.
Wow, I didn't realize you're like our biggest guest ever.
I know. What the hell?
This is crazy.
Damn.
I have an IMDb and a Wikipedia. That I knew. That
Your
yeah,
Wikipedia is like I've looked at that before. It's pretty good.
I don't know. I try not to look at those things.
Well, I
But,
mean, it's got a lot of like fake
I
stuff on there.
knew I had a
If I had an IMDb page, I would look at it every day to see if somebody looked at it.
Dude, I'll create you one. I'll be like Carlos Gonzalez, tattoo artist.
star of Sinister Cinema.
Yeah.
He knows I'm a tattoo artist.
But you're the star of Sinister Cinema. You're one of the co-stars.
Yeah, exactly.
You could easily get a credit on IMDb for that, I think.
But we start
I
doing.
mean, I got one for
when we start
Punk
doing
Rock Holocaust.
Alamo Draft House tours. That's when I'll get one.
in a van.
That's my goal.
Why are the circus peanuts way over there when I'm the only
There's
one?
only
There's only
one.
one. You can have it, Doug. I'm not gonna
Okay.
eat it.
I'm gonna eat the
You
last.
should eat it.
They're fat free, so I feel like they're
They are.
probably
They're
good for you.
totally guilt-free.
And they're made in America. It says right. It
Made
says
with
it twice.
pure
Damn, is that an American flag on there?
American
it's got
banana
two.
scent.
Damn.
Impact Confections Inc.
Since 1919.
Because it impacts your stool?
Contains
Is that what?
contains bioengineered food.
What the fuck?
Contains bioengineered food.
Isn't that what Mr. Monkey
Fucking
said?
yes, Paulito said that shit. You must eat them, huh?
It says it right on
Dude,
the
look at the
package.
ingredients: sugar, corn syrup. High
Gelatin.
fructose corn syrup.
Yellow
It's all
number 6.
sugar.
It was messed up.
Lyric said, and they taste like tires.
Okay. Well, they're out.
That's so good.
Doug is the moderator for the wiki page. Anyone can moderate a Wikipedia page. That's what's great
So
about
this
Wikipedia.
movie is just straight up fucking demon possession.
Yeah, let's talk about the best parts of the movie.
The best parts of the movie is when Rami Jaffe,
Yeah.
the keyboard player,
He was my
he's
favorite.
So good.
so fucking hilarious.
I thought he was
He
an actor.
winds up banging the next door neighbor because they're all like fucking hippity dippity. So they wind up banging, and he puts on his guilty pleasure, which is Jackal. Which I knew right away when I heard that fucking music. I was like, it's fucking Jackal. Nobody's played Jackal since like '97.
Well, what was awesome is the lead singer. Okay, for anyone who doesn't know about Jackal, the guitar player actually has a chainsaw attached to his guitar because there's a part of a song where it has like chainsaw noise,
I didn't know that.
and that's the noise that was going on in the song.
And fucking Dave Grohl, he's already possessed and they're banging, and he rams that fucking chainsaw through
From
the neighbor,
underneath the bed.
cuts her head in half, shoots it up, and then cuts him in half all the way to his fucking ass.
It's a classic dissected down the middle.
And
horror
then he's
movie.
all fucking there, and his
Move.
whole body splits in half.
The body.
Dude, that was the best part.
Yeah.
It was
That
really,
was
that
a
was
good-
probably the best part.
That was good. That was really good, dude.
Yellow number what?
I'm allergic to number
What was?
5.
I think it was yellow
What is
number
it?
6. I think it was 6, Paco. I
yeah.
threw it.
Well, anyway, I was not gonna buy those. Good. It's like
you don't
chewing
have
on a
Yeah,
chewing
Paco
on a fucking Goodyear.
There's lots of other candy you could eat instead.
Smarties. Go with the Smarties.
No, don't go with
Fucking
Smarties.
love Smarties.
Smarties are better than Smarties.
No, when I was little, I don't know fucking why. When I was little, I would eat the Smarties and be like, I'm taking drugs. I'm eating pills.
You thought it was so cool.
You thought you were on drugs.
I think I was like 5 or 6.
But why did you think that was cool?
I don't fucking know why. Maybe because I lived on the
TV,
south
maybe
side.
TV.
Whoa, Lyric, how'd you put that little, did you get enough baby teeth to put that on there? That's cool.
The swamp thing.
Mr. Monkey said he's allergic to Mambo number 5.
So, Lyric, I don't know if you saw, since we made, Associate?
Yeah.
Since we made Associate, we obviously got to put those cool little, like, monster faces as our emotes. But also, we have baby teeth as our channel points. So,
I thought they were called emojis.
those are emojis.
Emotes. They were called emotes on
Emotes.
Twitch.
That's what the little creature from the Black Lagoon
What is next to him?
She's
He's
doing like
smoking a
that.
leaf?
Like this. No, he's
She
like.
used her baby teeth. She used her baby teeth channel
You
points to
can
make him.
Yeah, if you have enough channel points, you can alter.
The more
an
people
emote-
watch,
an
the
emote.
more Carlos doesn't know what's
That's
going on here. So
Sometimes you can put-
I wish I could be involved more, but I have no fucking idea what's going on. I would fucking delete this
he's
whole
licking his
fucking
finger.
channel.
On accident.
On
you
accident.
mean?
I would delete this whole bitch. I'd be like, I don't know what I hit, but everything's gone.
But look, see at the bottom, see the little tooth
Where?
down at the very, very bottom of the chat.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
infinity
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the more people watch, the more
They
they get
accumulate
they accumulate
channel
channel
points.
points, which our channel points are called baby teeth.
The baby toothless.
So then they can use them to spend it on stuff.
Yeah, see, I think you can click on it and see.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, hit
Yeah,
get
see.
started right there.
See, look, see, we can do fog machine.
They can make you
Wait.
drink rosé.
Oh yeah,
fog
see,
machine.
if somebody has 1,300 points and they click on this, we have to drink a glass of rosé.
Shit, I'm down.
Somebody better get 1,300 points, or they can like
Fog
1980 fog machine.
Believe
else
me.
you got?
1980. That's the only two things
Those,
we've added
those are the only
right
two
now.
custom things.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the only two custom. I mean, I did the emote.
That's. I
thing.
mean, that's cool. I've seen a lot of streamers that don't have any custom ones.
Yeah.
So
I'm really hoping somebody like hits the fog machine. I kind
There
of
said she had 900, but she spent it all. So he can lick his
expensive.
finger.
Paco says I don't see any stretch here. We don't stretch.
Paco, so I on my channel I have a stretch reminder because
What do you
I'll
want me to
just-
do? Throw my fucking back out? You don't want to see that. We'd have to
Paco.
fucking. It would be all boop technical difficulties.
Paco often reminds me to stretch on my channel.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's probably why
That's a good
Paco
one.
is like, hello.
Don't ever remind me to stretch.
Where's the stretch? Where's the stretch reminder?
I don't.
I'll be
Nobody.
stretching you this here.
Please, lyrics out, please that stretch. Should I just do?
Is that a stretch?
Should I just do the smoke machine?
You can. I mean, you can.
Just so like people can see how
I
cool
don't
it
see
would
why
be.
not. Sure.
It
I
looks
feel
cool,
like
Let's try it
especially
out.
when
Yeah, let's try it out.
Like a smoke machine would be. Then people will be
Yeah.
excited about
Yeah,
using
they can save
their
up their
channel
points.
for
you
smoke.
They can
can't
save
really
up their
see it,
baby
but
teeth.
here in my mom's basement, the ceiling fan above us only has like one blade.
Is it gonna? Where's it going?
Oh, I don't know.
Why is it? It's
so-
like below the table.
It's that one,
Smoke
that
machine's
one
not
blade,
working.
that one blade ceiling fan.
We might be out of smoke.
What? Really? It just went. It just went right
Look, there's
here.
some smoke coming up behind us.
Oh yeah, see that one
Yeah,
blade's
but you
working.
can't really see it on camera.
That one
I hope,
blade.
I hope I didn't break our smoke
The
machine.
one blade is working.
Your mom's house is ghetto.
Well,
Yeah,
now
I
there's
know.
actual smoke coming down, so I can't really see if it's going.
I mean, there's one actual blade made out of that
oh,
false wood,
Lyric said she can see it.
and then
Oh,
one of the
okay.
blades is just cardboard.
Unbox the basement. I feel like you should do it again, though.
I'm trying. Nothing's happening.
really?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, maybe it's out of juice.
I don't know. No, it's not out of juice.
Don't spray it in our faces.
That's what I don't. Whoa. You hear it?
There it is.
Yeah. Okay, there it is. Okay,
Yeah, there we
now I can see it.
Now we got some smoke.
Yes,
It smells like cotton candy.
it does.
What is
It's
that?
like someone's
What
vaping
is that?
all over us.
Wow. It's like
60 swamp. What is that?
It's just the mouse was over the.
that's a
Oh,
lot of smoke.
okay.
That's a lot of smoke.
That is a lot of smoke.
It'd probably be better if we turned off the crappy ceiling fan.
It makes me think we should do
Don't
some
make
sort of
fun of
a.
my
Oh my
mom.
gosh. Like it's so smoky
blade.
in here I can't see anything.
My one blade, fake wood blade. Don't make fun of my.
You're running it again. Oh wow! Whoa! Whoa!
It's pretty good. I like the smoke.
Doug's already faded from the fucking looks of it, Lyric.
It's a vape machine.
It
You know what? I
smells good.
really
Your
like
mom's
it.
gonna come to your mom's about to be like,
Are y'all down there smoking that fucking weed? That's what she calls it, weed. She calls everything weed. You better not be down there smoking that weed.
did you tell her we had a smoke machine down here?
No. She's gonna think the house is on fire. She's gonna bring the fucking hose down.
Hopefully that one blade fan is gonna take care of it for
Grab
us.
Boots. Boots is her cat. Make sure you grab Boots.
Is it going on its own?
It just goes for a little bit afterwards. Because it's really
It's got
hot.
pressure
so it
or-
has pressure.
Oh
in it.
wow! Okay.
Can't forget her other
Yeah.
cat too. She's gonna tell me to grab Chancho. The little chubby kid from Nacho Libre. She named one of the cats Chancho.
That's great. So what's our
What was the
what was
fuck
the
I
other
gonna
good
say?
parts of the movie?
I love the ending when you find out the fucking music producer. What was his name?
Shield.
Chill.
What? Shill?
Shill.
Shill was actually in on it to bring back the devil into music. It was fucking awesome.
Did you? So you didn't think that was the case from the beginning? or-
No, I didn't.
really?
No.
I mean, I
You
figured.
mean whenever he made the phone call and he's like,
Yeah, that's what I
It's
thought
like-
too. They were all.
I
Like,
mean,
oh, I know where.
I guess, but I mean,
You liked that he showed up. And,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
To seal the deal.
so
I like how they kept
his
kicking
robe.
each other in the balls. That
was
their
a good
fighting.
fight. That was a
They
good
were just
fight.
kicking each other in the balls. It was
I mean,
great.
it was like whenever it looks like they figure out what's going on and they're like, oh my god, there's this like possession and you guys just finished you released the demon and they're like, okay, we got to get out of here. And Dave Grohl's back to himself and I think who's still alive? Pat Smear is still alive.
and I don't remember what the bass player's name was.
Well, they're still alive and so they
Dude, I watched this movie twice. Did Doug tell you?
Oh yeah. Mm-mm.
I went back and watched the beginning that I missed a little bit, and I want to watch the whole thing again.
Yeah.
That fucking where he's like, we're gonna do it the old-fashioned way, hot wiring the band. It makes no fucking
yeah, that's
sense.
what I was about to say. So
No fucking sense at all.
So he's under the band and somewhere
Sliding
he gets
a
this
wire.
crazy long wire and he's sliding it underneath. He's like, when it sparks, you got to hit the gas.
It made no fucking sense.
Makes no sense, but there were some cool parts right there.
Man, when it starts and he runs over his fucking
First he
head.
stabs.
First,
it gets stabbed into his eyeball.
he's like shoving this
The
wire up
driver,
from underneath.
which was
and
that?
the-
Was that Chris Schiffler?
No, Chris Schiffler is already dead.
Yeah, that was the bass player, right?
Yeah. So
the bass player gets stabbed in the eyeball with the
a wire comes up through
Wire.
the steering
The
column
hot
and just
wire.
stabs him in the wire,
in the
in the eye with the wire, and
and then he floors it in reverse and runs over past.
And I was
him
like, oh,
and
he
squishes
died.
him like a watermelon.
You can kind of know everybody's going to fucking die.
Yeah,
But I didn't want him to die.
yeah.
He's so
But he
cute.
did-
He's a cute little guy.
Casimir.
But he laid right in the path.
Of course.
the
You know
tire,
that shit's not going to
so-
go good. He's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, as soon as he was like
gonna end
laying,
very
he was
badly.
laying under the car saying "floor it." I'm like, this dude's dead. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's
his
like
fucking
written on
head
the wall.
explodes.
Yeah. Man, yeah, that was
But
rough.
yeah, the ending when you find out all his band's dead and the producer's like, time for your solo act. And I think I told you, Doug, was this Dave Grohl's telling his band members in this movie that, hey, the band's breaking up and I'm going on a
That
solo?
was our last
I'm
album.
going solo now.
I'm done. This is me going on my solo career. And they go into the room and they're like, are you ready, Mr. Grohl? And he's like, his eyes are all yellow and he's the
like,
devil.
"Ew."
I was like, oh my God, that's so badass.
Yeah, I like when movies
And
have
was another
it's
cameo.
got a
was,
dark ending like that.
What's that guy's name? Jimmy.
Jimmy Smith. No, Jimmy.
Oh, I can't remember his name.
Jimmy.
He's from like Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and I mean.
Oh
he's
yeah,
in,
he
like,
plays the hillbilly
House
brother.
of Cards.
House of Cards. Yeah, he's in a.
Never seen
Jimmy-
it though. Never seen it.
Oh, I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
But
something.
yeah, he's great. Yeah, just a lot of little
Just a little
cameos
bunch of little
and-
cameos and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. It's
I really
cool.
like how John Carpenter and his son did the music.
Yeah,
So cool.
yeah.
That surprised me.
I got to see John Carpenter live once. It's awesome.
What do you mean live?
He
What
played.
is he doing?
Doing the
He
soundtracks.
he
Did you notice
he played
the
like his
second
soundtrack.
time I watched this? I'm sorry. The second time I watched this movie before I lose my thought, the soundtrack sounds exactly like the thing.
Yeah, it was
It's
like
the
very.
Thing soundtrack.
Oh, really?
Yes.
He very.
It's my favorite movie.
Like he definitely like it was very like 80s John Carpenter sound.
Okay, you saw him live in.
I saw him live at the Warfield, and it was him playing, him with like a whole orchestra playing songs from the movies. From
What
his
was
horror
he
movies.
performing himself or?
He was conducting, and
okay,
he played piano on some stuff, and then and then he
That's
like
cool.
talked for a little while, and they had like some video stuff playing. It was cool.
So this band played at Paper one time. I can't remember the band at all. I think it was a hardcore band, but a good one, not the shitty newer ones. And they started the music before they go on music, and I was like, "This is the fucking Thing soundtrack." So I went and talked to JC. I was like, "JC, did you put this on?" He was like, "No, that's what the singer wanted." I was like, "Holy shit, this is badass." I can't remember who it was, but yeah, it was cool. I was like,
Hatebreed.
There's some band out there that played the Thing,
"Yeah, the Thing
the
soundtrack."
Thing soundtrack as their
That's cool.
What do you call that? I can't remember what you call that.
Bumper music. Well, I mean, that's what it's called on the radio.
Your
Speaking of the
preset
Thing,
music.
Oh yeah, next week we're going to be talking about The Thing
and Prince of
and
Darkness.
Prince of Darkness. We're
The
actually
Thing, I'm so excited about this. The Thing is my favorite horror movie of all time.
and we're going to go watch it.
We're gonna
In the
go
theater.
see it at the Draft House,
Yeah.
and I'm really excited. It sold out so fast. Omega said they added like another 3 or 4 showings.
That's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Selling out. Like
That's
what
awesome.
we're gonna go see it sold out. The whole theater sold out.
That's cool.
So it's like a horror movie aficionado favorite.
It's so cool because when it came out, that movie tanked at the box office. Nobody saw it, and now it comes out.
It's
30 years
one of
later,
the
whatever
it's one
it
of the
is.
best horror movies ever.
Yeah, and it still holds up. The makeup is great. Like, it's still irrelevant. Irrelevant? Irrelevant. Yeah.
No, it's so relevant.
Relevant. I don't.
Irrelevant.
I'm bad at these words. Antagonist. Protagonist.
It's still, the thing is still a protagonist.
It's still the thing. It's still the thing to see.
It's relevant. It's
So
protagonist.
please, if you haven't seen the thing, please watch it.
Yeah.
For
Before
me,
next week.
before next week. You're gonna love it. It is. They just added it on Shudder. If you need to borrow the DVD, yeah. They
You need to
added,
borrow the DVD.
they added
Carlos
it on
has it.
Shudder. They added Prince of Darkness. They added all of them on Shudder.
That's cool.
The John Carpenter.
If you need to
Silver.
borrow, if you don't have Shudder, and you need to borrow it on DVD, just hit me up.
And I
I have 2 copies. I have a regular.
First, subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe and I'll lend you the DVD or Blu-ray. I wish I had the Laserdisc.
I
have
wish
the
we had a little
VHS.
disclaimer that said Carlos is drunk and lying.
You know
Drunk
me, I
and
lend out my DVDs and I
exaggerating.
never get them back. I don't know.
I have like 30 of your DVDs. You know?
I know you do.
I'm slowly just collecting all of your DVDs.
My media collection. Lyric, how's my media collection?
So I think like, I mean, I think this was a good, like, lighthearted. Yeah, okay, so a lot of the reviews I read, this definitely doesn't have near as good reviews. It's more of like most horror movies now. It's at the like 50% rate on everything. Like half people love it, half people hate it.
It's just cheesy, good fun. That's why he made it.
Yeah,
Fun
it's
horror
not scary. It's
It
not
was
scary.
filmed in-
It's campy.
It was
it's-
filmed in secrecy during COVID.
Yeah,
That's why when it came out, I was like, what the shit is this?
yeah.
It's
And-
not even considered a movie. It's
Well, when
considered like a long video.
When it came out, and you were talking about Studio 666, I thought it was like an actual thing of them, of Foo Fighters recording
Lyric.
in the studio. I didn't realize it was a movie.
Yeah.
Lyric said my media collection is
very sexy. Slay.
I don't even know what
it's a slay. It's the new fucking
That's some
lingo.
young-
and
Oh,
kids.
sexy
It's a-
slay.
yeah.
That goes together. I thought maybe there was supposed to be a comma there.
I don't know. So like overall, this movie I think was a really good throwback to like campy '80s stuff.
I don't buy
It
a
was
lot.
great.
I
It
don't
was great.
buy
It
a
was
lot of
easy.
new horror DVDs, but I want to buy this one.
Well, you know, like
That's how much I like
looking at like some people that reviewed it, like one of the reviews was and I saw a quote from it, I think on Wikipedia or maybe Rotten Tomatoes or something, and I looked it up, and like the guy was so bummed that they put like in the movie when they're talking about the original band that was in the house that like died, they're like, this isn't funny. They're talking about like 90s bands and suicide and that was a real thing. And I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, the guy was in Nirvana. He knows it was a real
Exactly.
thing.
Dave
Like,
Grohl experienced that
like-
firsthand.
So he is the drummer then
Yeah.
from Nirvana.
Yeah, that's him.
Dude, I was wondering.
Yeah, I
He's
thought
so
he was an older version.
old now.
He's so old now. He's aged a lot since
So I think that
1993.
was a good one. I would definitely recommend people
Yeah,
watch
it was
if
good.
You,
It was
if
good.
you
I
want
liked-
something that's like lighthearted but also in the horror genre.
I think it was. I laughed the whole fucking time.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
there's some
it's-
funny stuff.
It's just the way they
lighthearted,
act. They're just so fucking cheesy. Like you can tell.
But also there's all that gore too. So
the
there's
gore
like
is
this
top
blood,
notch.
there's blood spraying everywhere. So it's like really funny but also really gory at the same time.
Top notch gore, and it's all practical effects.
It was good. I feel like the acting was not like amazing, but at the same time they're all musicians.
They're all musicians, yeah.
So I
Yeah.
felt like they actually did a really good job for not being actors.
Yeah, that's what I kind of went into it, and I was thinking like, oh
I think
god,
Remy was hilarious.
I thought he was not in the band. I thought he was like
Yeah, he said
an
he's a
extra
keyboard
guy who was
Dude,
like an actor.
when they're going to the
But-
neighbor's house and he's all fucking doing the bird call,
dude.
and it's a real fucking bird, and he's all, "Are you doing that?" And he names a different bird, and he's like,
like a warbler, a
"No,
yellow warbler or
it's a
something.
fucking blah 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 blah."
Oh, warbler.
Oh shit, that was so
Yeah,
funny.
his chest hair shaved into a heart.
Yeah. Oh my god, so good, dude.
Watch the movie just for
He
him.
was
He's
good.
fucking
He was
hilarious.
good. He should act in other things.
Yeah,
he was really good.
He was definitely the best actor out
Yeah.
of all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, he. At first, I was like, "Is this guy actually in the band?" He seems like
Yeah.
he's
Because they kept
acting.
leaving him out of everything.
Yeah.
Well,
Because
and
everybody was like, it's in his mind at the beginning, and then they're like, him
songwriting,
not so
right?
much.
Yeah.
Well, also his acting was way better than the other guys.
Yeah.
Like it was his acting was to the point that it seemed like
He was an actor.
he was an actual actor, and the other guys are like musicians that are trying to act.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
He should do more.
Yeah, he should definitely do more. He was like
was
the
funny.
funniest part of the.
He was
of the
funny,
movie.
and he seemed like an actor as opposed to a
Yeah.
musician.
Yeah, I really liked him. But
What was his name? Rami?
Rami Jappy.
Rami?
yeah,
Rami Jappy.
I
yeah.
just don't remember how they pronounced it.
I think they said Rami.
Rami? Rami?
Yeah, I think they
I think
did.
they said Rami.
I thought it was funny too. Like twice when Dave Grohl was trying to pump up the band, he was like Pearl Jam high five, and they all like
Yeah.
do like a high five from the 10 album.
Taylor
cover.
Hawkins didn't do the high five.
I saw that.
Either.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he didn't ever
Why
touch
not?
his hand to him.
Maybe he
Do you
doesn't
know
like
why?
Pearl Jam.
Seems like he's a jerk.
Weird. That's interesting.
Was-
But like
I
it's
didn't
funny,
notice
like
that he
after
didn't
they
do-
did that, they made like
A Pearl Jam
a Pearl
reference.
Jam reference. You know?
What did
It's
they
just-
say the first time? Jeremy.
I don't remember, but like it
Something.
kind of made me wonder. Like, I wonder if he's friends with those guys.
I would assume
still.
so.
I would think so,
I would think
too.
so. I'm sure they played tons of shows together.
Yeah.
Back in
Larry
the
says
day.
she knows because she's been working with the youngins
Oh yeah.
Sexy
on the
slay.
set of Apple
Sexy
TV
slay.
because that's how Lyric rolls.
So like it's I don't know. I would say see it.
Oh,
I
for
liked-
sure, man.
I also liked the cocaine lemon bars.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
that was
the
so
neighbor
funny.
comes over, and what is he saying? Like,
It's made with in my grandmother's recipe, but I added a little secret, little special stuff to it. And he's all, "Is this cocaine?"
and she's like, yes,
"Yes." Reminds me of the '90s.
yeah, yeah. It was
Cocaine on your lemon bars.
yeah. It was funny. It was good.
What about all the references that you guys were talking about, like the burning, like the?
Oh yeah.
Oh
that-
yeah, there's so many horror.
Yeah, so I tried to look up because I was like, okay, there's a lot of references to 80s horror movies. I tried to look it up, and I couldn't find anyone who's written about that at all. Like The Burning.
Maybe Sinister
A lot of
Sinema
people,
should-
yeah, a lot of people don't realize that. But right when I saw them with the clippers, I was like, "That's a burning."
That's literally the
Burning.
poster from The Burning. Yeah, that was like.
If you haven't seen the burning,
Yeah,
yes, please
That's
watch
a
it.
good one.
yeah, that was.
It was made after Friday the 13th, but I think it's better than Friday the 13th.
They made it at the same time as Friday the 13th Part 2.
So,
But-
so there was like the Evil Dead 2, the Necronomicon, and the raccoon,
Yeah.
and the burning with Shears, and
Yeah.
what else was it? Oh, the pool, Evil Dead
Evil
2,
Dead.
or was Evil
Evil
Dead
Dead,
the first
the
one?
original-
The original Evil Dead. Was there more, or was that it?
There
as
was
far as
also the
references.
Exorcist thing.
Oh, the Exorcist. yeah.
Exorcist.
Yeah.
I thought the Escape from New York thing because of
Oh,
It
the
might have
eye
been
patch,
shit.
yeah.
Hey, I mean that's
But
like
people would,
a little
only
too-
people like us would know that. You know what
That's
I mean?
a little bit like I mean literally John Carpenter sitting right next to him and he has an eye patch. So I'm just like
Right, and the iPad
Snake
from
Escape.
Escape from New York.
Have you
right?
seen
Like,
Escape from New York?
I haven't, but I saw Escape from LA, but his iPad.
Oh, that's right. No.
His
God
iPad
damn
is just
it, that
sitting there,
movie's
though, right?
yeah, it's weird.
Festering pollen. What did I say last
I
time?
want to see Escape from New York. I will see it while it's at the draft house,
Turd.
hopefully.
What did I
But-
say? Turd shit last time, and you were like something. Can't remember. It was pretty funny.
I don't remember.
I don't know. But in Escape from New York, is his eye patch just sitting there like that?
No, he has
Or
it
does
has
it
the
have
little
a?
string.
Oh, it
has the
does.
string,
Okay, okay. Because that guy in Studio 666, it's just like it's implanted.
Yeah, it's
almost.
just like
Man,
it's
I
like
wish
a
his
piece of
son-
sunglasses or
I
something.
wish his son would do more horror.
Who?
Kurt Russell's son looks just.
Oh,
fucking
Kurt
like-
Russell's son.
Kurt Russell's son looks like Kurt Russell, but sounds like Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, it's weird.
Fucking weird. He was in
I don't think
Overlord.
he sounds like Nicolas Cage. I remember you saying that before.
Overlord, great movie.
Yeah,
I liked it. So yeah,
yeah.
what do you think?
I think that's probably a wrap for today.
Watch
Unless
both these
there's anything
movies.
else
They were
to-
great.
I think they were both good.
Yeah.
Green Room,
Next week
more
we're gonna,
serious.
Yeah, way more serious and
Maybe. I would
Maybe.
say. I would say it was better. I
Green
think
Room?
I liked. Yeah,
Oh,
I
of
think
course.
I liked
Yeah.
Green Room better. But Studio 666 was.
it was good, but
It was
it's just
as
more
well.
cheesy,
Yeah.
goofy
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. So next week we're gonna talk about a couple John Carpenter movies.
Shit, we could do John Carpenter
For
every
months.
fucking week.
Yeah. But next week we're going to talk about The Thing, which we're going to go see in theaters, and we're also going to watch
Prince of Darkness.
Prince of Darkness, which we were trying to figure out which other John Carpenter movie to talk about, and we came up with Prince of Darkness. No reason really, I guess.
It's a good movie.
Also, on the 5th of this month, Bodies, Bodies, Bodies is coming out.
On Friday.
Man, fuck Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. What about Prey? Prey's coming out. The new Predator movie.
What?
Oh, Predator.
I'm going to mention that too. I'm not just going to stop. And also the new Predator movie, Prey, is coming out.
That was already been reviewed by people, and they said it's the best Predator movie since the original. They said it's balls to the wall.
Yeah, and it's
wait.
also...
It's already going to come out the 5th. I can't wait.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's also set
seen
in
Predator.
when is it set? 1800s America? Is that 1800s America?
1627, I think.
I don't know when.
How many Predator movies are there?
Too many.
I haven't
not all
seen.
good.
I
If you
have
don't
not. I
count,
haven't
if you don't
seen
count
any
the
of them.
Predator versus Aliens, it's Predator, Predator 2, Predators, and then Predator again, and then Prey.
Okay.
The Predator.
And then Prey. And then there's like a couple Predator versus Aliens ones, which are dumb, I think.
What?
That's me.
Lyric said she's gonna see Bodies, Bodies, Bodies Thursday at IMAX.
Why the
Nice.
fuck would it be in IMAX?
So you can lean
Because
back.
why
like
not?
this?
What about Nope?
Yes.
Yes, I saw
Nope
it.
was great. You need to watch.
Yeah.
I didn't
was
like
great.
his first two movies. I mean, I guess, Let Me Out or Let Me Go. What was it called?
Get
the first
Out?
one? Get Out. Get Out was okay. Us sucked ass. I did not
Dr.
like that.
Brontex, did you see Nope?
Yeah, actually, Dr. Brontex, last week we talked about... Was it last week?
I think so.
Yeah, last week we talked about Nope.
I
on the
love
show.
Nope.
It had
It
to
was
have been.
great.
It was
I love a
recent-
good
recent
fucking.
That was good.
I love a good alien movie. That's all I'm gonna do. Alien movie.
UFO movie.
Yeah, we watched that last week and talked about it for about an hour and a half, so it was...
That was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
That's the only place it's showing IMAX. Dr. Brontex, you should see it.
Yeah, it's
Nope is
really,
really good.
Don't watch our last review on it. Even though you said you don't care about spoilers, go in and be surprised.
Yeah.
And tell us what you think.
Yeah,
next time.
it's a really, really good one. I think it's his best movie so far.
I hope
think
he
so,
just.
too.
I
I think
think.
so,
I hope
too.
he just keeps getting better. Because his first two movies were.
I'm sure he will. I mean, isn't that...
That's just you. That's your thought.
Did you hear that? What he told you told me what he told that guy that he was the best director, and he was like,
No, John Carpenter.
John Carpenter
Yeah.
is. He is. John Carpenter's the shit.
Wes Craven's a close second.
He's all right.
It's all opinions.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Well, I think we should probably get out of here. Your mom's probably ready to go
She's
to bed.
waiting. I think I smell tortillas. I hope she's making us fucking.
Oh, your mom's already asleep. It's nearly 11 o'clock at night.
Not for me. If I tell her I'm hungry, dude, she'll whip out the masa, make some fucking tortillas.
That's
It
mean.
sounds awesome.
I mean, it's mean to keep your mom up that late, but I will eat the tortillas.
I'm
So,
hungry too.
yeah, if you guys want, we'll be back here next Wednesday.
Yeah, please join us. Thanks for tuning in. Check out our merch area section
Store. Merch
store. Yeah, I like section. Check out our merch
Our
section.
merch section
Section.
of the interweb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the mugs are cool. Y'all totally need a mug for your coffee.
Are y'all streaming
Oh yeah,
Saturday?
don't. We also stream Saturday. We're gonna talk about more old school trailers, which I love it. I fucking love doing that.
Yeah, Saturdays,
back so many
Saturdays we
memories.
just kind of watch trailers and talk.
It's great. I love it.
But if you're into that stuff, we'll be here. And
Trailer trash Saturdays.
Trailer Trash Talk Saturdays, yeah. So we will see you guys next time. Where you
Bye,
can
Dr. Brown.
Bye. Thanks for
tune in
joining
and talk
us.
shit. And thank
Lyric,
you
thank
for all the
you,
new
Lyric.
follows.
Yeah, thanks for everybody who
Thank
came
you,
from,
Mr.
from
Monkey.
my channel
Mr.
over.
Monkey, I love you.
And Mr. Monkey. And
Thank
Lyric.
you.
And Paco. Yeah,
And
thank
Paco.
you guys.
Paco
Thanks,
and Dr.
Paco.
Brontex.
Mr. Monkey, later.
Okay, see you guys later. Bye.